a responsible thing to do, given that, in theory, the party all know each other. If we could just do a quick around the table, give us your class, race, and maybe a little bit of a description if you have one ready. If you're stressed about it, you don't have to, but, kind of who you are in this party of adventurers that, according to the backstory that I gave you, know each other and have at least been hanging out for a few months. Oh, and your character's name, because that's kind of an important thing.
Who wants to start?
Mine is Endilion Ire, a elf ranger, who I really wish I had reviewed the backstory that I had sort of kind of created in my head before I came to, but it was busy day. I know that she worships a god of nature, and that's kind of where a lot of her motivations come out of. That's basically all as far as I got.
Get your AC.
Yes.
For next.
Yes.
Should be up at the top in the little shield symbol.
It is 11.
11. Did you equip your armor on the equipment sheet?
Probably not.
Because yours should be higher. I know D&D Beyond that well.
Okay.
Currently, with me not wearing armor and just dexterity, I have more than that.
You should be 16, I think.
I don't really have any armor. You can change that.
Okay.
You now have studded leather. Congratulations.
While I'm doing that, I'm Kara. I am a human woman who is a paladin and of the Oath of the Idatringer, and I hail from the northern barbarian tribes, so I look kind of like that. Cool. I'll pass that around. Kind of like that.
Nice.
So my family was a bunch of barbarians, a bunch of assholes.
But I found Jesus.
You were saved.
Praise be to Jesus.
Yes.
Specifically Jesus?
No.
Okay.
I found Freya, and Freya has led me south away from the barbarian tribes.
I feel like we'll get along.
Yes. I think.
Your AC is 15.
Perfect. Thank you.
Your AC.
And your name is Kara, and what's your AC?
17, 19, or 21, depending on what I decide to do.
We're going to get.
My character's name is Victor. He looks like a fairly nondescript, brown hair, brown eye, half elf. And doesn't talk too much. But when he does, what he says is at least intelligent to him. So, but whether it's this other wizard.
Can I get an AC?
Sure. So 12 normal. With major armor on, it's 13 plus dex. Or
13 plus X.
okay, so 15.
I got Harmony, Oath of Conquest, Paladin. She's a tiefling missing one eye. She replaced that eye with her holy symbol.
Nice.
We'll have to ask the Eye of Vector.
And AC is 21 or 23 if I cheat.
All right, so where we are resuming, you stand in the entrance of Lord Easthrum's manor in the city of Ansbridge, after having been paid your promised wages for rescuing his daughter Alun from the young red dragon that you slew. You have in your party inventory the equipment that you got for killing the dragon,
Yeah, fuck that dragon.
namely, you have money that I texted you, but I'll pull up the numbers now if you really want it. You have a little bag of dust, a helmet, a reddish-looking potion, and a grayish-looking potion that has a sliver of something in it. And in terms of funds, you have as a party, you were paid 1,500 gold. You also have from the Dragon's Hoard 400 copper, 6,000 silver, 2,800 gold, 140 platinum, and 3 diamonds, each worth 50 gold pieces.
Someone else probably would have done.
So, you are in the entrance. He has paid you. Thank you for saving his daughter. And what would you like to do?
It's time to celebrate. Let's get a drink.
Of course, you have to go to a tavern.
Aye.
Okay. So you're heading out trying to find a drink. Do you have a particular... Ah, yes, sorry, you actually would know. Well, let me give you a very, very lighthearted map of the city of Ainsbridge, which is on a river, and these are the various labeled quarters. The areas of town, as it were. We are currently in the Nobles Quarter, the very nice homes.
Okay.
Here, these kind of, thanks for saving my daughter. Get out of my house.
Okay.
So, where would you like to go?
I say.
If you would like to pass the map around so that everybody
Yeah.
else can kind of know
Oh, well,
the cities.
oh, well. We're in the nice homes. I say we go to the okay homes, the middle class area. Won't attract so much attention that way.
You want to get
Also-
drunk in the rich quarter?
Well, what I'm thinking is we're gonna need time to identify all the shit we got from the dragon. We have a wizard who might be able to do that activity, but we need an area where we're not going to be observed.
So if we've been here for a while, do we have any sort of rooms that we've been renting? Or
You have not been in town for a while. You came into town, basically went for a drink. Somebody saw that you were a capable-looking party, recommended you to Lord Eastrom, and that is when he sent somebody to approach you about saving his daughter. Because you look rather militant. Yeah, capable.
So you want to go to the OK Homes
Say
area?
okay homes area. Find a drink there.
There were 2 okay home areas. Did
There
you
are
notice
multiple
that?
okay.
One straight north of where we're at.
They are relatively class-based.
There.
You're looking at north this way?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
where is the?
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
Along the wall.
North is this way.
Okay.
Well, there's
yeah.
that one. There's still some OK Homes directly north of us that
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
No,
there are.
I vote those because they're not right next to the not okay homes. I feel like that's a hard lead into
Okay.
those 2
We'll go to
areas.
the okay homes that are not near.
Yes,
the
the,
not okay
the
homes.
island
All
of
right, let me
okay
ask you
homes.
The safer of the middle class.
Are
Let's
you
go there.
asking somebody where it is, or are you just gonna roam?
Do I know that?
You kind of know, like you've walked enough through the city that you're aware of what parts of town we allow, but
Okay, then I'm just like I assume
You know-
there's a servant that escorted us out of the building.
there is.
I'm going to ask that to you.
I was gonna say, yeah, so you're gonna go north, head towards the dock gate. If you hit the dock gate, you gone too far. But how pressing are you looking at?
Middle of the road.
Captain's Quail is which one? It's about like 3 streets back from the dock gate. It's got a fucking bird on the sign. I mean, if you miss it, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I leave the rest of you. This accepts.
Is that a joke about my missing eye? Sure.
All right.
All right, so you head off. You go to Captain's Quail. So as you walk in, you do see Nom Koval behind the bar. Big burly-looking fellow. Just kind of sees you walk in. Hey, you guys look like you could use a drink. What are you having tonight?
Ales for the round. Ales, everybody.
It's
What's
there.
up,
Fine wine.
Fine, wine it is.
All right, do you want ale or do you want fine wine?
Both.
So one of each for each of you. It's going to be,
I'll just have that.
fuck you guys, it's Matt. Fuck it, we're going to call it a gold and you're good.
I'll reach into the pouch and has all this coinage, and you just hear the jingling of all of those coins. Just There's a gold.
Thank you. And he serves up an ale and a wine.
Okay.
An ale and a wine. An ale and a wine. As you drink it, I mean, the ale's okay. It's a little bit watery, but we're also in a dock city. You know, they're not going to let the sailors get too drunk. And the wine is almost a little bit too tart, but manages to smooth out reasonably well. It's a pleasant rub.
Is there a corner table or booth we could squeeze into?
Yeah, you can squeeze into a corner table.
Okay. I'll move that direction. As we get there, I'll slide all the loot your direction. As I try
Got
to
the wizard
shield,
in the back
I'll
corner.
try to shield you with my bigger body, and the tiefling will just kind of like, hey, there's all this shit you want to identify it.
Yeah, we choose the back table in Cracker Barrel. The
Pretty
one,
much.
The one that, with the fireplace obscuring
Yes,
us.
pretty much. The quiet one where the wizard could do his work and we could just sit around and watch.
So I will ask, do you have the spell Identify, or are you attempting to identify these differently?
I do have the spell again.
So if you do take the 40 minutes to ritual cast it, I'd learn that you have the Dust of Dryness, a Helm of Comprehending
Are you going to
Language,
hand us that or are you right
a
now?
Filter of Love, and a potion of Fill Giant Strength. So those are the 4 items that you got that were magical in nature from the loot of the young dragon you slew. Slave?
Sloon. That's Sloon.
That you killed.
Yes. Making shit up.
The character contemplates labeling the Fill Giant Strength with Filter of Love.
It's entirely up to you.
So I'll let them know what we got.
And from the 3 that we're not identifying, can I just get a general perception check to see kind of what you're hearing as a...
Sure.
I don't know how focused you are on watching him versus kind of listening around.
Don't say shit.
14.
And hey, could you roll the D3 plus your perception modifier?
Not great. 8. And my perception is also not great.
Over the 40 minutes, if you needed another drink to get through all that, I'd have booked another one, just so you know.
Alright, so as you are
For a
a
gold,
little
he should
bit
keep
more
him coming.
listening out. Nope. The gold was barely enough. As you are kind of keeping an eye out, trying to watch over, make sure your wisdom's not about to get surprised by anything, you do hear people at the tables over complaining about a little bit more bandit activity than there used to be. You also hear conversations about whether or not the hospital is any good anymore.
Okay.
That's about all you hear.
Sure.
Even at the university, then. Okay.
I didn't perceive anything. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw your roll. You didn't fucking hear shit.
Yeah.
And I have a negative perception because I'm missing an eye.
That's not much. Well, I do mention to the group, apparently there's bandits in the area. If we're looking to make any more coin, I don't know that we need any. But if we're looking to make more coin, or if we just want to flex our muscles a bit more in the area, we could tackle bandits.
I'm up for killing shit.
See if they seem interested
Then
in
that's up.
anybody taking care of the problem.
Yeah, we can check with the city watch, see if they've already hired somebody to do it. If they have, we'll just figure out something else to do.
Yeah, get started.
Or just camp out in the woods.
Jumping in
See if,
Wait for them to come
see if anyone is suspicious. Just like get behind the rocks and wait for them, and then just jump out.
We'll leave a
like,
donkey and like
exactly.
a
Just like
wagon out
set
there.
up like a bandit trap, and just wait in the woods.
Ben's about 5-10 minutes out, so we will have the 5th member of the party.
Well, we're considering asking the local authority if anybody's handling the bandit problem. If they aren't, we might tackle it just to get into a scrap.
Okay, well, if you would like to continue drinking, you can certainly drink all night, or if you want, you can leave. A little bit tipsy and go try and find the captain.
Oh no, I'm drinking all night. We're celebrating.
That's
We
what I
still
like to
drank.
hear. So as you do spend your evening drinking, you're maybe you went a little bit hog wild. I'm not saying that you tried to hook up with somebody, but you definitely tried. And over the course of the evening, the bartender encourages you to pay up your total bar tab of 10 gold,
10 gold.
with another 10 for rooms.
Can I give him a platinum?
Yeah, I mean, you can. 2 platinum. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. So done appropriately.
I'll put him 2
Because
platinum.
you've drunk a lot, and it was actually pretty good. It kind of seemed to get better as the night went on. Almost
Or we
like you
didn't
served me
care.
a lunch beer.
Yeah.
Though you have a grand old night, you're pretty sure you drank too much, you had some fun, you sang some really, really inappropriate songs. It was a good time. Your bard friend, maybe a little bit still kind of shook up, beat up from fighting the dragon. Did not do as well playing his music as normal, and so didn't get anything comped. But overall, it was a pretty good night. You all went up. Nothing bad happened to you while you were sleeping in your rooms for the night.
Yikes!
I put alarm down as a ritual.
All right. You know nothing bad happened to you. The rest of you kind of assume nothing bad happened. And the next morning you wake up, kind of troop downstairs, and Nom does just kind of like sitting on the bar. There's just a couple loaves of bread, some cheese, a few sausages, just some really, really basic food for breakfast because it's a nicer establishment. It's kind of like the continental breakfast at your Best Western, but cheaper.
Okay.
I take a bran muffin.
Somebody's regular.
You being an elf, totally cool. I'll go up and just ask, hey, do you have anything like fresher meat, cooking meat? Is that happening? Ham, bacon, any of that?
So it is still in the morning. He's a little bit groggy looking. Apparently he was also drinking with you because why not? And he said, "Oh, you said you wanted ham or bacon? Which one?"
Slides of gold, both.
Okay, I want to just cut in here and be like, you are just throwing all of our gold away on bacon.
All right.
Like,
Even if we split it 5 ways, I am barely touching.
I don't eat meat. You're wasting our gold on your
Okay,
luxuries.
All right. I will
It's a personal luxury.
We have hundreds of gold each.
I will reach out,
Just saying.
I'll put a hand over both gold pieces, think for a moment, pull back one of them, and say just bacon, and then I'll hand you the gold.
I throw another gold over and say also ham.
Okay.
You hear retching, it's because I drank too much. And he kind of stumbles back into the kitchen. You start to smell that just really good bacon smell. You can tell he peppers this himself.
Good man.
And it's closer to 10 minutes later, he kind of still moving slow, just kind of walks out, puts the bacon and ham down on the bar, reaches under, pulls out just a sketchy looking bottle, takes a hit, puts it back up to the bar, picks the bacon and ham back up.
No.
I will carefully reach into my own pouch of money and slide something across and say, I'll take that bottle too.
And he puts down, and it is a plate of bacon that is about 3 inches high.
Okay, good.
Like we are looking at about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of bacon. And the ham is one solid piece,
That's a ham hock.
Yeah.
but it looks like a full ham hock, and you kind of look at it, and you're pretty sure the center's not going to be cooked all the way. But I mean, it smells pretty fucking good. And he,
And beer.
what'd you slide across the table to him from the bottle?
Oh, fuck it. I mean, we have plenty of it. So.
He's gonna walk over. He'll pull a little bit larger than a shot glass, and he pulls the bottle out from under, pours the shot glass about halfway full, puts the bottle down, and then just sets the glass in front of you, grabs the gold, and just walks back behind the bar and kind of goes back to nibbling on it.
We will carry our plates to a table and have a good time.
Except for our elf friend.
I have my bananas and bran muffin. Thank you very much. I am very satisfied with this continental breakfast.
The bacon
It's
is
fudge.
rimmed with muffins. Bring that over.
Stare at her with my one good eye while I eat the meat.
I angle myself slightly away from you.
And do you drink the
Of course I do.
You can't say it for me.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
You are fucked up.
On save. Oh, 20.
20.
You are not.
You, like, your head goes light for a second. And it burns. It doesn't burn a little bit. Like, you feel like you just drank acid, and it hits your stomach, and you feel warm. You're like, ooh, what the fuck was that? And it was not smooth. It was not pleasant. It was fire.
I'll cough for a couple times and then just say, we're coming back here. This is.
All right, and as you continue to just kind of eat breakfast, what would you like to do? As you started to wrap up, you're getting ready to roll out. We will try to delay for a minute or two to spend time.
Metagaming, I'm killing time until the other bits of the bard gets here. So.
I appreciate that.
Wait for a bard to wake up.
Anybody coming in?
Not,
He has a hangover. So.
Yeah.
not actually in the morning so far. I mean, you saw, actually, as you were sitting here eating, just the four of you down here, you do see a youngish looking woman kind of stumble down the stairs,
From Ben's room.
blinks at the group of you, grabs just a loaf of bread and walks out.
Out of the.
From art?
Out of the inn, just walks right out.
Is she
She looks very disheveled.
is she more well dressed than she should be for this part of town?
Is she a lady of the evening?
No, actually, she looks like she's just a normal person from around the town. And 2 or 3 minutes later, a young man walks down, also looking very disheveled.
Is he more well dressed than this part?
Nope.
Okay.
And then about 10 minutes later, a second young woman walks down. Apparently, the bard had a very good night.
Okay. Okay.
As thinking about it, you kind of heard something on your alarm last night, like somebody tried to go to the wrong door about 3 different times.
Then the second lady, I will hail the second lady and like, hey, come on over here.
She kind of walks over a little bit bleary-eyed, but she clearly took the time to at least put her hair back, try to straighten her clothes a little bit, and rinse her face off a little bit. You know, a light bulb for the morning.
Is he awake?
He woke up about 45 minutes ago, but he should be coming down in a minute or two.
Okay. That's all I need.
Well, we all woke up about 45 minutes ago.
I will just hand her.
Just
I will hand a bacon to her and be about your business.
kind of looks at it, looks at you. Think.
It's breakfast. Get on your way.
Just
Get on your way.
walks out looking like holding just a handful of bacon. Like,
I give her a quick pat on the butt with my tail as she walks by.
I feel so bad for this woman.
Oh, I asked her a simple question. That's
you
all.
get backhanded upside down, and it is not gentle. It's a full swing, just right across the back of your noggin.
Didn't see it coming. It was on the blind side.
And you kind of continue eating, just chilling out a little bit. And I do believe I heard the door open. We will see if somebody soon descends the stairs. Or I just heard something else.
As we wait at the table and in game,
literally
we're
wait
waiting.
for him as we're all just like sitting beside
The first creak of the stairs. We're all,
Well, I guess
We
is
all-
there anything else that
we
is
all know the
important
bard
that
is
you
coming
try-
down.
Try and coordinate for
so, can I see the map again? Just map of the city.
yes, not the city.
See where we need to go. About more jobbage.
What do I know about the guy who hired us?
You know that he is a lord of the city. He is not titled specifically. So you know he's kind of rich, a noble from somewhere, lived in the city. His wife has died, so that's why he cared so much about rescuing his daughter from the dragon. And he didn't seem like he was very well connected.
Sure.
Like he didn't seem like a full outcast, but
Like his wife was the socialite.
his wife was the one who made sure that they went to the right parties.
Gotcha. Who's the temple to?
The central temple.
Yeah, who's that temple to?
Okay, well,
Right.
I feel like as a party, we need to come up with some sort of wake-up system for him in case, this is a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
Send him into his
Like
room.
as we were saying before, maybe like wrapping him up in the sheets and throwing him on the floor
Oh,
type
yeah.
thing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
actually, can I have you roll history check? Because you've been in town, you've slept, you kind of woke up and started thinking about things.
19. 24.
So you remember that Ansbridge is not very well known, but it is known because their university has two things of note. One, it has an awakened bunny that teaches agriculture about crop rotations and the quality of vegetables.
Very important to
Fitting topic. And that they've had some, not recently, so this was going back about 50 years, when you were a student, you remember hearing about this, that they had some exciting magical experiment professors. That died off again about 50 years ago, but you have those vague memories. It took being here for a day or two as you're hearing the word Ansbridge over and kind of remember there being a university here. For a while, they were well known for their experimental enchantment.
Well, I know we do need to go see Bun Bun at some point. I will inform them of the history as small talk as we wait already.
And you do kind of recognize that if you left word with the barkeep, you could probably go off at least after Bun Bun to try and find him, and that would be easy for your bar friend to find.
It's really an awakened rabbit. Really.
Yes.
I think it's a druid in wild shape.
I'm definitely in to see the rabbit.
I'm curious enough.
As a worshiper of a nature god, I'm totally in to see the rabbit.
Okay, so you're just roaming about, or are you asking?
No, I think we're going to see the rabbit.
Yes, are you just roaming about trying to find them, or are you asking like the innkeeper or?
Yeah, well, that's it. Where do we go to see
I
this
mean, we
rabbit?
could go to the university to see if his class schedule's posted.
It's true. Where's
So
the university?
The main building in the university. You're just gonna. Okay, so from here, you're gonna cut across the giant green space, and then right in the middle of the university, you're gonna head towards the southwest corner, and there's gonna be a really big house. And then next to it, if you're looking at the wall to the left of the big house, there's a really tiny house. Like, it's 10 feet by 10 feet. It's fucking tiny. I'm pretty sure that's where Bun Bun lives.
And there's this wheel on the outside.
Yeah. So there's a upside down bottle of water. Okay. Thank you. Now, question for DM: are we just walking around with a big sack of coin, or like do we have a method of carrying them? I don't
Does
want to traipse
anybody-
through the city.
Does anybody have
jiggling
a
like-
bag of holding or anything similar? Then right now you have a giant ass bag. Well, you have actually a relatively modest sized purse, about 1.5 times the size of a softball. That is the 1,500 gold that you were paid.
Okay.
And most of your packs have a solid chunk of weight that is coins at the bottom that you just piled into all your packs from when you had looted the dragon's hoard.
Alright.
And if you would like to, you can certainly go off and try and find the elusive Professor Bun Bun.
Well, if we've evenly distributed the money, then I'm cool with that. Let's just go find the rabbit.
All right. So you traipse across the green space. You do notice that it's also not as early in the morning as you thought it was. It's probably pushing 10:30, 11-ish, and you do see a lot of just relatively well-to-do looking people sitting on this giant open green space, having late breakfast, early lunches. You do see a couple of little kids just throwing the ball around, having a good time. You spot what is clearly one very angry student who just can't figure out what's going on with his books. He is in the middle of a blanket. He's got about 20 different books around him, and he's just cursing rapidly under his breath, and then just tossing one book aside, grabbing another. Clearly somebody trying to get some research done, but tired of being cooped up. As you continue across the green, you see just very, having been out in the wild for a while, having adventured, it's really just peaceful. And it also feels kind of slow and sort of like just dull in comparison to a lot of what you've done, but not as full of life as a lot of the things that you've done. You continue across. You walk into the university, you see a lot of these 3-4 story, very nice looking buildings. And you head towards the wall because your directions were the wall. When you hit the wall, you turn left, and you see about 100, 150 feet distant, a giant house, 5-6 stories tall. It's got minarets on it. It is impressive. And then you remember you're supposed to go past the house. So as you continue on your way past this very beautiful looking house, you do see, well, it's almost like a giant shipping crate that is just dropped next to the wall and has a tiny little door about 2 feet tall in front of it.
As we're looking at it, like we're all watching it, like, is this really it? I'll say, shit, we forgot carrots.
If you would like to go try and get carrots, you certainly could.
You know, now I'm going to rely on the ranger. Why don't you go knock on that door?
Okay, I'm going to rap politely on the door.
All right, so you almost
Rap
crouch
politely.
down, wrap your knuckles on the door, and you hear a little bit of like just a shuffling kind of sound, a little bit of a kicking, like something's thumping against the wall. And then the door kind of just slowly nudges open. And out pops a very large rabbit. It's really about the size of a small dog. Very impressively large rabbit.
Good morning, Professor.
What do you want?
We have come to get your insight and knowledge on important goings-ons of the city.
It's about crops.
Kind of. I would like to know of crimes against nature that is ravaging the countryside to defend the planet.
Fuck that. I like the crimes against the planet because they grow me more carrots.
Carrots are in the ecosystem of the planet.
Carrots are the greatest thing
No,
on this
I
planet.
fucking
I
told
agree.
you guys.
I agree. Carrots are very integral. Would you like to talk carrots?
I love talking carrots. So you're thinking the ones that you let grow over long and then you let them sprout in the root cellar? Or are you talking the baby carrots that are so sweet and succulent?
I mean, always baby carrots.
I can respect it. And as you are sitting here talking to this giant awakened rabbit,
Uh-oh, I came in at the wrong time.
your friend the bard stumbles in, still looking very disheveled after his evening spent with the 2 young women and the young man.
Hey, wait.
You had an exciting night. That's what happens when you're on late. I get to make up the story.
Every night's exciting for me.
And could we get a brief description of your character so that the
As soon as I
party-
connect to the Wi-Fi.
Sounds good. Do you have a password?
I think I do.
Okay. Oh yes. And
I
then Josh, Ben, Josh.
How you doing?
If we would like to go around the table
Hello
one
again.
more time, very brief description of your character so that our 5th compatriot knows.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta open mine up.
No, I'm just
Okay.
giving you a picture. Like, there you
Oh,
go.
nice. Female barbarian.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
paladin,
and,
but
Currently, the party is talking to the awakened rat. That is a professor at Ansbridge University.
as you approach, I'll walk over, just grab you by the shoulder, like, fucking look at this.
This
Look
shit.
at this.
Oh, I do not have the greatest thing ever. Which Wi-Fi is it?
Hold on, let me pull up the picture because I can't remember the goddamn name.
How many beers did you have?
No, it's the
All
auto.
of them.
Well, I remember the name. I don't remember the password, which is the more important part.
Are you relying on the 221 or do you have a?
It's Excel
No, it is-
17980.
It's the Phi Optics.
And your password is going to be 48, and then all caps UPRN 3 capital P 8 capital F.
Is that change that for you?
N is in Nancy or N is in Nancy?
Status markers. Like what?
Okay.
Like what?
No,
Like,
I'm not going to change it.
I'm concentrating,
Network security key is
Or-
incorrect.
I've been hexed,
Forgot to say that.
Ah, I see.
or you put a
I apologize.
tiny area of effect thing out.
Oh, and you still have some Michelob Ultras in the fridge. Okay.
I've been looking at them. Wait, what are those tiny scorpions? So it's anybody watching
All
this?
right.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
Not currently. I didn't tell anyone.
I'm good with that.
So, what are your feelings on carrots?
Well, I think carrots are integral to the ecosystem, and all plants should be the main focus of what everyone should be trying to plant more carrots, more crops. And then that's what we should live off of. Killing animals is dangerous to the ecosystem.
I don't care if you kill other plant animals, it's just not me.
I mean, definitely not you, Professor.
Fucking shank you. You think these big teeth are just for carrots? Fighting too.
The whisper in her ear. He's an angry little fucker.
Yes. No kidding.
Wait, were you actually here for something? Were you just fucking gawking at the rat?
I mean, no, I am genuine about this topic.
I came to gawk at the rabbit.
I appreciate your honesty.
On the back, like,
You came to fucking gawk at the rat. And he just scurries back into the hut, and you do notice on the door there is a tiny little, like, not a handle, but kind of like a little strap of leather on the bottom corner that he just grabs with the back foot and just slams the door.
What is the classy door?
I'm impressed. This is more than I thought it would be.
All right, what would you like to do from here? You have now met Professor Bun Bun.
Professor Bun Bun.
He's a classy dude.
We need to find some sort of reason to need crop rotation.
Specifically carrot crop rotation. No others.
Well, when he said, "Do you want to talking carrots?" I thought he was actually meaning like he's going to make a golem with this big carrot that talked. Rather than talking
Carrot
carrots.
golem.
It's not a bad plan. Are there farms outside the town being attacked by the bandits?
He only knows about the carrot
Apparently,
farms.
Professor Budbus doesn't care if there are.
That's it's a carrot farm.
Yeah.
He's got no fucks
No,
given.
and there is
Yeah.
you are the only people around me.
Okay. So the only leads we have right now is that bandits are attacking. And apparently the university is degrading in quality.
Yeah, I
We
would.
heard
I
that.
would agree with that.
We heard-
I would agree with that
We
assessment.
heard that, now we've seen it.
Yes.
So
That was
You
hospital.
do hear very much.
I don't much care about the
Did he lock his
university. So maybe we should go take a fight with some
One
bandits.
of thaumaturgy.
Were we going to talk to the guards
With him
first?
while we
Or
walk
Yeah,
away.
we're gonna find
let's go vigilante on
No,
this.
we'll find the guards. I want to get paid for my work, so I'll go find the guards. So I'll walk around until I see someone who looks like they're a guard.
All right, yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. It takes you about 5 minutes because you are in a slightly nicer part of town, so you go to search a little bit. You do find a guard. Yeah, what can I do for you?
I'll swagger up. Hey, we heard there are bandits attacking the
It's pretty
outside
bad,
area.
man. I mean, it wasn't so bad like a year ago, but it's just getting a little bit worse every month.
Okay, well, let's cut to the chase. Is there a bounty for solving the problem?
I mean, I think there's a bounty. I don't know. Let me bring you the captain.
Sure, I'll follow.
And so the one guard that you're talking to kind of nudges his partner, so you keep doing your rounds, and starts leading your party towards the gate to the southwest of the city. Ben, if you would like to examine the map of the city that you're currently in, the river runs north-south. The little hook foot is the southwest corner, and that is the gatehouse that you are currently being led to.
The one by the end.
Yes, the one probably by an inn. There are lots of inns next to gates, almost like that's places where people come into the city and want to either drink or sleep.
Sketchy bar thugs.
Yeah. Also, things coming next to gates. So you are led into you're led into this watch house. Well, sorry, gatehouse, watchtower. You want to just slide that right under the map so that if we have any viewers, they can see our city map
Under the camera.
under the camera.
I forgot which one was north. No, I remember.
It doesn't really matter. There's no orientation on the camera.
Okay.
So
It's just
you are
spinning around in a circle.
Yeah.
you're led into this gatehouse, kind of into a small office. And the guards, hey, it's Gideon Firestarter, the captain. I'll leave you with him. He knows more about what's going on. And the guard kind of just shuffles back out and heads back around town.
Yeah.
Now you look at the desk. Yes.
We heard there were bandits in the area. There might be a reward for stopping them, and we're interested in taking up that cause.
It's very barbaric. Currently, yes, we do have a bounty on bandits. If you can prove it was a bandit, we are paying 10 gold a head.
Let me ask
We
why.
only want the head.
Let me ask why that is barbaric.
I'm encouraging you to cut off people's heads. What part of that is not barbaric?
That's an everyday event.
And also,
I feel like we would get along.
can you clarify proof?
How do you?
How do we prove?
How are
Yeah.
we proving they're bandits?
Do we write bandit on the head?
Like, do
I
they
mean,
have to sign a letter that says, I
Ideally,
am a
you would
bandit?
have seen them doing something bandit related. But if you bring back one of my citizens' heads that I know, claiming it's a bandit,
We'll have problems.
Your citizen's
we will
alive.
kill you.
Let me ask this: if we get on loan a wagon, and instead of just cutting off the head, I'll just kill them and bring the body back instead. It's so much less work. We just
Yeah,
toss the body on the wagon. Just bring the wagon back.
Yeah, I think
A
stable
wagon
next
full of
door has a
heads.
wagon that fucking 2 silver a day or something. I don't know, cheap shits.
No, I'm asking for you to loan me one.
No, I don't have any wagons that I can lend you. We've only got 3 wagons in the watch. We try to do everything with either carrying it or we don't leave the city, so we don't really need wagons.
Gotcha. Now I guess we're doing the heads.
So you're saying if we bring back any heads that are not a current citizen, you will accept it as a bandit?
What if it's a citizen on a farm out there who turned to banditry?
These are good questions.
I'm fairly certain I've already killed all of them myself.
Okay. So
And
anyone I
as you look behind him, you realize that when you walked in,
Wall of heads.
you sort of thought that he just had like these really tall pillars behind him. As you look at them now, you realize they are giant tubes of vinegar with heads in them.
I'll knuckle him for sure, and then say, "All right, we're good. Let's do this.
There's a reason nobody under my command questions me.
No, let's do this. I'm game."
That's what all that people is.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, we got it. Anyone else on the wall, fuck, you kill him.
Yep.
We're good.
Okay. Check.
Oh, I guess if you're really serious, and he pulls out like reaches under the desk, pulls out what looks like a really, really basic contract. This is you agreeing not to kill any law-abiding citizens. Paperwork. Agreeing upon the 10 gold per head bounty. You keep what you kill, obviously, so if they have anything worthwhile, it's yours. And sorry, just kind of picks up, looks over. Clearly, he's not handing these out very often. And oh yes, so if you sign and agree, it sets the bounty at 10 gold, regardless of changes. But we also provide you potions. Well, a few. And so he puts the contract right back down.
I immediately just handed it off to the bard and the wizard. Oh, I'm not so good for it. So
So when you read it, it's a very, very quickly written. It's an agreement that you won't kill any citizens of the kingdom that are abiding by the laws. Any bandit you kill is worth 10 gold. And that for deploying, you will receive 1 potion per member of your party. And the strength of the potions is kind of a luck of the draw. It's a flat-out acknowledgement that they're not guaranteed to give you a certain type of potion. But they guarantee at least 1 potion per member of your party.
So it's kind of like one of those when you park your car, you know, it's like it's up to you what happens. It's not on us.
They're encouraging you to not die because you not dying means more bandits probably die. So they're willing to help a little bit.
Well, it looks legit, guys.
All right, so do you sign?
First, I just want to do investigation, just to double check the fine print.
That is actually going to be an.
So what is that?
Are you proficient in either? You can either do a straight intelligence check, or if you are proficient in insight. I will give you your choice of those.
No. So we will go with straight intelligence.
yep. Can the bard aid him?
16 plus 5, so
Shit.
It's a clean, simple contract.
all right.
So is everybody signing it?
If you two sign it, I'll sign it.
I'll sign
You're
it.
the wordy one.
You just put like
so.
an X.
Yeah, fuck it. We're good.
All right. So he reaches into a pouch, and he pulls out.
Superior human.
What's your love? Label potion of- These are the items. I
How much-
identified them earlier.
How much dust of dryness did we receive?
1 pouch. It's.
It says you're supposed to roll.
1 pouch.
I know it's 2d4 minus 2. You have. No, you have 5 pinches of dust of
So
dryness.
if there's anything there you want, look, that's-
And he sets. Actually, he hands directly to you
Probably take the
5
potions.
potions.
I'm thinking that.
Anybody have a problem
Good
with
luck,
this?
gents.
Me
Bard
getting the
taking
helm
helm
languages.
No, you go right ahead.
I think that'd be
Hey, between you two,
I put
Did-
the
how
helm
did you-
on and then I put my hat on top of it.
how did you label the potions, by the way?
Well, yeah, I labeled them correctly.
Correct. Okay. Like,
Or did he?
I've got a belt of frost giant strength, so one of you can have the hill giant potion. It's just a case of dealing with money.
Do you
I've
have
got
any?
low strength, so.
Yeah, if you need a strength moment, that's yours. I'm covered here.
You could have a potion of those guys. Right?
And yes, those are the correct sizes of potions.
Okay.
So you have 1 common healing potion,
Awesome.
2 superior, and 2 greater.
Really? They're all healing potions.
They are all healing
Yeah,
potions.
How about the dice and roll?
That is so cool.
Okay. Well, I know
You rolled really, really high on the 5d6 check.
I've got a ton of self healing, so I'll take the smallest one and pass it around.
Okay, I'll take one of the bigger ones. I'm in trouble on the trouble.
They usually get the biggest ones. Yeah, I got a ton of
I'll
self-
take a big red one.
Probably have to was tough.
So
They're the exact same,
that
I
one
think.
is 2d4 plus 2. The red ones are 4d4s plus 4, and or sorry, the green are 4d4 plus 4, and the red are 8d4 plus 8.
Actually, can we trade? I like those better.
Okay.
Thank you. I was looking at them and now I wanted
I
them.
got 43 healing to myself whenever I want it, so I'm good.
I think they're
And
identical.
he
No, they have-
wishes you well.
See, this
So
one's
do you
slightly
anything else?
darker.
I guess, is there any
That one's a
particular
little bit
areas
darker.
where we should concentrate?
Just
looking?
slightly. Just like a little
Well,
bit
it's
darker.
northwest of the city. If you hit the ridge line, you haven't seen much past the ridge line, but between there and here, it's been getting worse.
Is it focused on the roads, or is it focused on?
Focused mostly on the roads. We haven't seen them do much with the river traffic, but
Okay.
that's because boats are harder to attack if you're not
Okay.
in a boat.
Final question: is there a caravan leaving anytime soon that would be an obvious target for bandits?
I think we have 4 or 5 merchants planning on leaving tomorrow that we're talking about caravanning up, but I don't know. They haven't. Nobody's declared they're leaving recently, so
So
just heard some rumors.
we could set out on our own, or we could try to go tomorrow with a merchant caravan. If you guys will do that.
I feel like the merchant caravan is better be.
It's pretty good bait. Sounds like we're waiting a day, but at the same time, we can also go talk to the merchants and tell them.
And then the bait is not us, which
Yeah.
I like.
We can tell them, hey, we killed a fucking dragon. We can handle some manners. They'd go.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we're convincing and threatening at the same time.
Quite.
So,
Quite.
I mean, I'm not worried at all that we'll be accepted.
Yes. So, we all cool with that?
That sounds good.
Just do the thing.
Maybe
All right. So, what would you like to do with your?
talk to the leader of the caravan and see if they can pay us for protection.
Fuck it. Double dip.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, are you?
Well, who has some good persuasion? Anybody here? Anybody here?
I have a +7.
Anybody
As soon as I get my
Okay, +0 both. I just hit those.
I think mine's horrible.
here? I switched up my uncommon magic items.
Yeah, my persuasion's supposed to be 1.
I decided to go.
my
with
I just hit
persuasion
things.
is +8.
Oh,
Oh,
there's one
there
more
we
than me.
go.
What's the second one? I see the Elven Chain.
just above it in written black.
Oh, Winged.
Oh, good
Sorry,
choice.
I thought that was the. I don't know
Good
why I was
choice.
looking at it. I thought that was the name of
in
the
the
section.
category section.
So, where would we find these merchants?
Are you asking?
I am. Where would we find these merchants, good man?
Just give me a persuasion roll. Oh, and if you would like a dice tray, you have your choice of green or blue.
20. We'll go with blue.
Do you need dice, my man?
I do.
There you go.
I'll get
Oh, I
it.
apologize.
Sorry, it was either get here as fast as I could or go back home and get my dice. I brought everything except my dice.
You
We
know,
had dice plus.
those dice were a gift from this cool guy I know
Yep.
named Ben.
So 20 on my persuasion.
All right, so he's like, yeah, so the merchants that I was talking to have been staying, they're in that weird part of town that's kind of on the edge of the university and the cloisters. They're staying in the fancy inn there. I mean, they do all their trading in the fucking dock area like everybody else does, but they're staying in the fucking snooty ass part of town.
Fancy pants.
Fucking nuts.
Is it the nicer ends?
I mean, we're paying a little bit more, but we got fucking plenty of money, so
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it more than that.
My armor class is 16.
All right, I will update that. Oh, and Ben, could I get your character's name and your
Truco.
armor class? Truco?
Truco.
Incorrect your armor class.
My what?
Your AC.
Armor class 13. Initiative is +4.
All right, I'm not worried about the initiative, so I'm going to make you guys roll that shit on your own. But me knowing whether or not I hit you, I kind of care about. All right, so you've been told kind of where the merchants are staying. What would you like to do?
Head that way.
Yeah, those nice ends.
I think so.
Maybe we'll get a veggie omelet tomorrow. You're not in the world.
Right, so you do head
How
towards
would you get a
the,
veggie omelet?
that line
Well, I mean,
between
it's not
the
vegan.
temple. You can tell kind of where the scholars of the divine, the theologians, hit the university. And it's kind of amusing as you go from on the one side they have white stone buildings, and on the other it's very gray but like well engineered buildings. Just kind of an amusing moment, and you do see a very nice looking inn there. Oh yes, the Silver Hammer.
Silver Hammer.
It's hammer time.
It's hammer time.
Oh.
You also see a little bit down the street from it, the Iron Squirrel. They both look kind of nice.
I vote squirrel.
Which one's closer?
The Silver Hammer is closer.
Is there someone outside who's like an obvious employee?
Obvious employee, no.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt to ask inside. And then
Sure.
go to the next one.
Sure. I'll go in. Hold on a minute. I'll go in, walk up to the counter, and just ask, "Hey, can I get a veggie omelet here?"
Fight breaks out.
I mean,
Everybody roll initiative.
What sort of dumbass asks for a veggie omelet?
so there is a very tall, elegant looking oak behind. It's not even really a bar.
You get stabbed
It's
with
kind of like
a rib.
it almost feels more like a host station.
Okay.
And she kind of looks you up and down and says,
We don't have
But look, it's not for me. All right, it's not for me. Can we get a veggie omelet?
Veggie omelet is not one of the terms that I've heard for our profession, but well, I mean that's what you're.
Wait, isn't veggie omelet kind of like that wouldn't make any sense? An omelet, you gotta have eggs.
That's
I mean, if it had
Look, I want
vegetables
eggs
in the omelet.
with like peppers and mushrooms. That's what I'm looking for.
You got
We'll make you
carrots.
pretty much anything you want.
Okay, then I'll just wait a minute. Go back out, kick open the door. We're good. Come on, this will be fine.
All right. So, and what are you asking?
I guess we're looking for the merchants in the area, but I wanted to make sure we might have been in the area where our friend could have gotten a veggie omelet if she wanted one.
I appreciate that.
We do have. Well, we've got about 5 merchants staying with us at the moment. Oh, what about them do you need to know? What,
If they're heading north anytime soon, if they're heading out,
Caravan leader.
a
2 of
caravan.
ours are heading out soon. Their reservation is up tomorrow. We're looking for finding some stuff.
Are they here? Are they around? Or can you
Are they
point
like
out?
the dining hall area or?
I mean, like you should probably. I'm gonna slip them some gold in this
Yeah,
moment, just to
Archie.
very
I wanna
subtly.
kind of like-
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Hold on.
Just
Well,
very
yeah,
subtly.
just start sliding down.
I was gonna just take up center, like you know,
I
take
forgot
up
about that
center
part. I'm
stage
sorry.
basically, and
Be like, where are they?
try to
She doesn't want to pay
everyone
for
that we're
food,
the-
but she'll pay for answers.
I'm a little
I will.
aggressive. That's all.
I'm gonna boast about my
Food, I can
achievements
compromise
of
on. Most
all
likely
the
just back
merchants
outside.
I've protected and how I've never lost a life, and I'm the greatest person to have on any caravan that's. So I want to get up there and sing a little song about my own personal glory.
Okay, so as you kind of wander over towards where you do see it's a few small tables that have about 10 people kind of sitting around on them. You're boasting. You see a few scoffs. Can you roll performance check for me?
Yes, I
That's
can.
exactly what I was thinking.
Do you have any kind of
13.
performance proficiency?
I don't know. I could do stuff to help.
If you
I have
are
a
proficient
4.
in performance, you can.
I
If you are not proficient in performance, no.
I don't think I
I
am.
was going to use thaumaturgy to make his
13.
voice louder.
All right. So you see about 3 or 4 of the people are kind of scoffing a little bit as you're boasting.
Considering I rolled a 2, plus 11 in performance.
2 of them look very impressed, and the other 4 people seem to be in a heated conversation just among themselves. While you're still standing with the hostess, I'm trying to backtrack on the conversation you had been asking her before. Do you want to consider those things? Yes, we do. We have two that are leaving tomorrow. It's Div and Evo, and thank you very much.
Shit.
Shagby and Tringle, I believe. Their surnames. They answer me their first names.
Well, I was just gonna ask if they want shag, but that's fine.
No. Don't cut it. It's this.
Where are they at?
Let's see. Eho should still be in bed, and I think I saw Div heading towards the docks. He left her.
Okay. He's in bed here.
Eho is still in bed, but I was not mistaken.
No, but he's here in this building.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then I just grab one of our diamonds, plop it down. You flag me the moment he comes down the stairs. Okay.
Dude, that's 50 gold.
I'll give you some of mine. I'll hand it
It's like a
off to you.
scroll,
A
right?
platinum was due.
I give much.
You do see a very, very just quick and the diamonds gone.
Okay. How about this? Like after that, I'll empty my personal pouches and give it to you guys. Like there it is.
You
There
can't
it
be
is.
trusted
You
with
can
it.
have the gold. You have my money. Money's not important to me. Other than it's a medium, right?
I will separate your money from my money. I'm not looking for your money,
Do
but
you want the
also
numbers?
you cannot be trusted with this
Do you
much
want the
money.
number?
Yeah, sure. Tell me
I'll
your
give you
your
the.
numbers.
No, I'll write it for you. You're
Yeah,
good.
your numbers, please. Thank you.
So I'll buy a couple drinks and just wait. Then
You do notice they're not serving alcohol so at all. Even though you asked them,
Fuck's
they are
sake.
not. They will not serve alcohol at all
Whoa.
because it's 11 in the morning.
It's
Whoa.
$5 somewhere.
Because you start carrying your own alcohol. I don't know what to say.
is there a liquor shop nearby?
You kind of talk to the
The
bartender.
whore
for a
establishment doesn't have alcohol.
Carry,
moment. Wants their customers to stay erect.
carry a flask.
When you ask the person behind the bar that is mostly serving food this early, I mean, there are taverns all over, but
We gotta go back to the poor party
I
now.
mean, there are a
Squirrel.
few shops
Squirrel.
that would probably sell you some liquor. Just, I mean, the Vicious Watch sells liquor. The Defiant Walnut sells liquor. Defiant Walnut's a little bit closer. And the Bitter Crate also sells. Well, the Bitter Crate sells something that I guess is technically liquor. We use it to clean it.
I wonder if the Walnut place is run by someone
There.
with a last name we might recognize.
Hand over all the currency.
Okay, I will keep this in a
You
separate
notice
pouch.
lots of very interested looks.
No, I don't I don't empty the coins. I just give her the bags. Like I
Oh
just,
no, when they
There
see
it is.
bags getting passed across, you see all female, the 5 females down in this area of the 10 people sitting at the table. All 5 of them are very carefully watching.
I'll stop, grab the copper one back from you, and then just jingle it at him.
You see a couple of raised eyebrows, you come hit their eyes, and you're starting to get a sense of what this establishment actually is.
Okay.
Are you going to keep those copper
I'll keep the
coins?
copper and
Okay,
present
I'll-
myself as
I
a
will-
target
I
to
will
the whores.
I will strike that from what I have of your money.
And then I'll obviously wink at you like, I got this. I'll find information.
Yeah, no, I trust you with copper coins.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah,
still
get yourself
engaged
in
in their
trouble.
various conversations as they clearly entertain their
Okay, I'll present myself as a target and then just wait because we're waiting for this motherfucker called email.
So it's about 5-10 minutes later, and we're gonna see how quiet she is. You hear shuffled steps behind you, and then the elven woman taps your shoulder and points towards the stairs as you see descending a human man looks really just. He clearly doesn't like shave or take particular care of his appearance. But as you look at his robes, they are very, very fine. You see gold embroidery on his belt. He has a very nice looking coin pouch, which you can see that it has weight to it. You're impressed. Like the pouch itself has nice embroidery done onto it. A cool looking kind of pattern embossed into it. And then he has a great big bag over one shoulder.
Kind of flag our guard. Get his attention. They're like,
I'm on it.
The guy stumbles towards the bar. And you see him pull out 2 platinum from his pouch, drop it on the bar, say, "So much sushi is wonderful. Can I get this in mine?" And where you do not have alcohol, you do see them pour a glass of very dark wine.
Fucking horse.
And he just grabs it, slams it back, and says, "Thank you." And then kind of stumbles over towards the table, just rubbing his eyes.
I'm a little mad,
I know, right?
but I'm not going to start a scene in front of the guy who we're trying to get hired by. So I'm going to let that slide.
Let's see. Slap the ground with my tail.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah.
Patting you can do, yeah.
Damn it.
I didn't hear what he said.
I want it to be loud and go to the goddamn iron squirrel.
Should not have hired a squirrel.
But this is the person we need to talk to.
Oh, fine, fine.
We could pick him up and just carry him to the Iron Squirrel.
Good.
I don't think that'll leave a good
So,
impression.
Kuroko,
Do you think the Song of Rest would help cure his hangover?
if you are willing to spend the 30 minutes that it takes as you are short resting to Song of Rest along with him, yeah, probably would help.
We're just gonna hang out with this guy for like a really good amount of
He
time.
might also give you some advantage on talking to him. Maybe.
Well, if you
I
are
don't
a
know.
bard, you could potentially just kind of station up and start doing the Song of Rest because it is performance, as everybody is sitting kind of very slowly relaxing in this main chamber.
Sure. What could it hurt? Unless I screwed up royally and get everyone ahead of me.
All right, can you tell me what the bonus from the Song of Rest is on the healing?
Broken.
1d6 HP per rest. Trying to find that.
Per what? Minute of rest?
No. Yep, they regain an extra d6. At 9th level, it would be a d8.
Yeah.
All right, so as you do see this guy kind of rubbing his eyes, and you're playing for about half an hour, you see him start to perk up. It looks like somebody's finally finished the first cup of coffee for the morning. He's a little bit perkier. Not clearly not well awake. This guy's hungover as fuck, but he seems to be pleasantly surprised by his lessening hangover.
Let's say I'm trying to find the bard spell list.
Let's see if there's any.
I have the wrong spell casting.
Like all of them?
Yeah, I just
Over here.
Nice.
What do you want?
Can you go get me the last one of these? There.
You would take the bottles there? You can.
Thank you, sir.
Just gets thrown in the laundry basket in the kitchen. What it for them?
Just the bard spell list. It said,
So it should be on the bard class.
well, it said to look in chapter 11.
That should be where it has the detailed spells. The spell list itself should be at the bottom of the bard class description. Okay. Josh, can I grab your player's handbook? Thank you.
Did you see yours after the wash?
Yeah, it looks good. I like the grass actually. I think it made it a nice, like dirt type of color, which I appreciate.
Okay, move on this one.
I think the wash did it good.
She gonna be on top, keeping look.
What do you see with your elven eyes?
Ranging as the ranger.
I'm all the Lord of the Rings characters in one.
Say, have my bow and my axe.
Sounds like Dylan's up there breaking shit.
Now you should open a bunch of things.
He's a big angry man.
Sucker.
We want alcohol.
All of the glasses before sounded like he dropped at least 2 of them. It's like,
Do I need to roll for his?
Oh, that was the 2 he tossed in the recycle bin.
oh, okay.
Oh, he's probably at full health. So
Yep, you are currently at full health, and your bard spell list is on page 207. Thank you. That's what
yeah,
I was
thank
I
you.
was thinking it was right at the start of the spell section, because that's where it usually is.
I thought they put them at the end of the class so that it was, oh, here are the spells, and then you go to the later chapter and the spell descriptions. But yes, you do notice that
Xanathar's has it like that, I believe.
Eho looks noticeably more awake and alert than he had before the Song of Rest.
I'm sending this to Loretta.
Well, I hope you're feeling better, friend.
I haven't woken up with this little of a hangover, and well, not any night here, but mostly it's only when I'm on the road traveling, so I can't drink that I wake up this well.
Oh, traveling, huh? Where are you traveling to?
Oh, it's gonna be a long, long fucking hike, but we're heading towards Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
It's gonna be a long hike. Yeah, that's where we're eventually heading towards.
Well, we're used to having hangovers like this. Maybe having me stick around for a little while.
When I'm in town.
You can party every night with me. We'll get there.
Just landed.
Sorry.
I think we got to roll persuasion.
As friends.
I don't think you have the right equipment.
I pull my pants down.
Are
God.
you pulling your pants down?
Do I hear this interaction?
I hope so.
Were you trying to be quiet?
No, I'm never quiet.
Yes, you very much hear this interaction.
Did anyone get drinks
Do we
from
wanna-
another?
Do we want to chime in and say we have the right
Well,
equipment?
what I was gonna say is, like, should I just be like, what about me?
Why asking about traveling? As he kind of shakes off the confused. He thought you were trying to pick
Just
him up.
looking for work.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Context is important.
Looking for
I
work.
have
okay,
some,
so-
I have
Yeah,
some
no, that's-
business to attend to up north. So
All right.
traveling in
Anybody?
groups is usually much more fun than trekking up there all alone.
Yeah, that's why the 5 of us are all. Well, all 5 merchants of us, and then yeah, that's why the whole group of us are going together. I'm with you. So, anybody with you, or just you joining with the group now?
Well, I've got some people in mind. We sometimes travel together, but it's
More fighting types, selling types, or
more
questionable
protection
characters?
types. I'm the most questionable character in this group.
Give me a persuasion check.
20.
I have heard rumors about this area getting worse. If they're reasonable fighters or guardians, I'd be willing to go 5 silver a day on escort duty.
Well, from what I heard, these guys have killed dragons and anything else you could imagine. That's why I hang around them. Less fighting for me means more time for drinks and songs. And
Dragons or worms?
oh, the full size
What was the name of the dude?
Who?
ones.
Who? Most of the worthwhile dragons are known by.
Who? Do I know any dragons?
We could name the merchant who hired us, right?
He rolled really well.
Can I roll deception?
I mean, are you trying to deceive him on something?
We
I don't
killed
know. I don't know what our history is.
we killed a dragon
You
like
killed a
yesterday.
dragon
Yeah.
2 days ago.
For the Lord.
Do I know the name of the dragon? Is it a secret? Am I not supposed to tell anybody? Or
I mean, you never really asked it its name. You kind of said, "Oh, you took the girl we're supposed to rescue and then fought it." You didn't
Would
really
you take it on a rough description?
dialogue.
Yeah, can I draw a charcoal
Rescue,
drawing for you?
whatever the name is. From
Put it on
Give me
book.
give me a nature check. 4.
Nice.
I mean, you
It
know
was
you killed
red.
the dragon, and you know it had red scales.
that's what I tell him. Do we have any of his scales or any of his?
Yeah, I'd say you probably have a few scales because it's pretty fucking cool looking.
I'm gonna slap one of the scales down on the.
Huh?
So this is just a.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
over. It's about yay big, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And whittles and does the poker chip move between his fingers. Sets it back down. Be willing to go up to 6 silver for you. A day per person, obviously.
Trying to see if I have anything else.
I think that's about as good as it can
I mean, we're already double dipping, so.
Especially if
Yeah.
I'm rolling a 4
Yeah,
I'm fine with anything.
and a 2 on my performance.
we're getting paid
Honestly.
twice for the same job, so we're
The
good.
nature
Sounds good,
was
then.
more to figure out how much you knew about the dragon.
I don't know anything about dragons.
Yeah.
They're
you
big.
Knew it was a dragon.
They
You knew
got
it was a
wings.
dragon.
Yeah,
We fought it. What more do we need?
and one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, well,
We're tougher.
We put the pointy in into the
I can do a
dragon.
check
I mean,
on dragons. I'm pretty good at nature. I have +4.
yeah,
You did it.
I'll give you six silver apiece per day for the travel. As far as the next city we're going. Do you have a map of the Forgotten Realms easily available?
From Suzale,
Yes.
the merchant city you guys went to, which is Sundabar.
Some thing.
Yeah.
We'll give you 6 silver a day per person. Up towards Sunbar should be fucking traveling slow. Should be about 5 days trip.
Which is straight east towards Waterdeep.
That's why I was reading something away.
We got 5 days of travel with them straight east.
It's all right.
Or straight west. Straight west.
6 over a day.
6 over a day.
6 over a day, which
But we also get killed. We also get paid again for all the bandits we killed.
Right.
you are very much aware the normal fare for a traveling guard with the caravan is 2 silver a day.
I'm game.
Like, are we gonna get sacks or something to carry our heads in? Like, how are we gonna transport
Oh,
those
no.
along the way of
No.
5?
They're dirty
Days.
bandits. They have long hair. We're gonna tie them heads together with the hair and just drag them as we go. It's fine.
I mean, like, they're gonna start decomposing pretty. It's gonna get.
It's still 15, 16,
It
17
is over.
heads.
It
All
is
right,
over
so,
at least 10 days
what's
that
your
they
name?
will be.
They're behind us. We're dragging them. You won't sell it. It's fine.
This is Eho asking you up. What's your name?
Identifiable as not citizens. You can't just bring up.
Do you know any cold spells, ice stuff? You're like a refrigerator, right?
Frost.
It's like, yeah, there we go. There we go.
Truco. Sorry, I
I
used
don't
a
know, we
random
can't be
name.
cold.
My intelligence is
Frozen
minus 1,
stuff.
So
right?
you in? Are you in?
Whatever.
We got 5 days, pretty much straight west.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
We're trying to go north, though, aren't we?
You remember that Firestar described the worst of the bandit raiding was happening northwest of the city.
And we'd be heading basically west.
West.
So we'd probably be in their radar, I assume.
Especially with a group this big. We
Yeah.
should attract a lot of attention.
This is this fucking asshole.
I think we're all in.
Probably announced that he's leaving,
Right.
right?
We got our first day now. Our first 6 silver.
We start tomorrow at sunset, or sunrise, rather.
Just for incidentals, stock up on bags to carry all the heads of all the bandits we're gonna kill.
The goal is to run into no bandits. You do
Oh, you
understand
won't
why
run.
we travel in caravans, right?
You won't run into any bandits. We keep them off of you.
I like this motherfucker.
Okay. Leaving tomorrow sunrise. Out of the southwest gate. It's the one that the gatehouse was at. You recognize that he is describing the same place you met Firestar at. That is the gate they're leaving out of. And you have the rest of the day to do with as you wish in the city of Almsbridge.
I have 6,000 copper. So I'm gonna find a place to drink. And just wait a day out.
You have 400 copper. We had 6,000. So
Oh shit! All right.
Is
Don't
anybody
ask for
trying to
water.
do anything else in
Yeah,
the city?
you can have some silver
Thank
pieces
you.
for beer.
Thank
That's
you.
that's fine. Just don't be spending diamonds worth on your beer.
I
Are
just wanna
we,
drink, that's
are we
it.
doing any shopping? Are we looking for any spell? What are you doing? Or are you just all
I want to buy a
Drink
bag
a
of
day.
holding. This is too much stuff.
all right? And so we've got you want to try and buy a bag of holding? Anybody else?
Pretty steep, isn't it? How much money?
You don't know. Apparently, your group has never bought a bag of holding before, as you don't have one.
I mean, I thought it was worth a shot. We're getting a lot of stuff.
So I have.
We have some money though for one. I can tell you
some
that.
money.
or two.
I mean, if you want to roll Arcana or kind of guess about how expensive bags of holding are, you certainly can.
19.
19. You know, in terms of materials and time to enchant, the lowest you would ever expect to pay is 500 gold.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
We can buy 3. Fuck it. You'll buy one.
Give me 3. It'll be ready in 6 weeks. Damn.
I'll come back for it.
Minus 1 intelligence. Spend that fucking money. Do it.
All right, so are you trying to go find a bag of holding?
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
All right, roll investigation for me as you roam about the town trying to find somebody that would have magical items.
I'll follow her.
Is anybody helping her with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone needs to.
About I'll look around since I'm the wizard.
Someone else should
Are
Fucking
the
hell.
two of you
Entirely.
searching
Yes,
separately,
probably.
or are you helping her search?
Nope, he's completely separate. He's separate
I'm
from
not
me.
helping her search. I'm just following her because I think she's weird.
I critical
I was
failed
gonna
my
say, I'm gonna
roll.
search on
So
my own.
And then roll a separate investigation check. And roll the what?
I critically failed my investigation.
You still add your best.
She poked
Still
herself in
add
the
your
eye
number.
when she was
Yeah.
looking at me.
It's not a save.
23.
23. We'll get to you in a second. You end up at a shop called the Reforged Blade. And he looks at you, and this half orcish guy who is early, like, this motherfucker looks like he was built out of a wall.
Mr. Blacksmith, make me a bag.
Would you happen to know how to make a bag of holding?
I take your broken weapons, I fix them, I sell them. Does the Reforged Blade sound like a bag shop? Fucking pointy goddamn knife eaters. Get the fuck out of my shop.
Just stand in the
I
doorway
just
and
came
laugh.
from a whorehouse that was called like something the Hammer. So excuse me for not thinking that your entire town
Because
has
they're
a
trying to
weird name.
pound some.
Okay, you know what? That
Let's
should
just
have
not
been
name the bad puns.
that should have been a
Did you
weaponry
just
shop.
sit there and make a whole night thinking of bad puns for?
No, I
He's
took
probably got a
3
book.
days at
He's got a
work.
whole book of them.
All right, so coming to Victor, you actually head in towards the university because you kind of remember that this used to be a well-known magic shop. And
Yeah, on your shopping list as a freshman, it's like one bag of holding, one spell book.
and you see, what languages do you know?
Common, English, maybe Turkish.
All right, you see a shop that has, and this is, if you look at the map where it has the small X in the university, you see a shop that has a sign that just has glyphs that you recognize that they're writing.
To discount bags of holding.
You don't know what they say, and below it just has the silhouette of a beard.
Big ones.
But the glyphs all glitter, just a little.
Alright. I will enter.
You enter and you walk into a very spacious shop, about the size of this room, solid 10 by 20 feet. And all the way tucked in the back corner, you see this ancient looking dwarvish figure who looks up. How can I help you?
Me and my compatriots were trying to find a bag of holding. Goodness. What you have such a thing?
Let me check. I got some other stuff, but hold on. He kind of uncurls from the stool he was sitting on. It looks like a really long, slow stand-up process, where he goes from being 3 feet tall sitting to 4 feet tall standing. But it takes him a good 10 seconds. And he kind of starts hobbling into the back of the shop on a very large staff. It is about the size of your staff that he is stumping along with. And then you see what looks like a younger version of him come out of a different side of the shop. I'm sorry, you said a bag of holding?
Yes.
We don't have any in stock at the moment. We can make one for you in about a week and run you 600 gold. Well,
Are you sure? 600? He's little sweet. I did that. I'm sure, though, your quality is
Well, 600 is the price that we charge you. Yes, I acknowledge that it costs less to make, but we do have to cut a profit somewhere. Well, he cuts a profit. I'm mostly just. So, it would be 600 gold. It would take us a week to make it. Still interested? Need anything else?
Well, we're going to be leaving shortly. Let me get back to you on whether we'll be requesting that, because I need to talk to my
How short?
I figured probably later today.
Come back around 6 o'clock or so. I'll see if somebody else has one that we can be persuaded to part with, but it will be more expensive than us making one for you. Probably 650, maybe 700. It's going to depend on how we have to buy it from somebody.
Well, how about I'll talk to my compatriots, and I will send my familiar here with a message.
I'll get kind of familiar with it.
Now.
Okay.
Give a hoot. And then I'm going to go outside and try to figure out, okay, what is the worst possible direction I could go in to find Vagaholden? I go in that direction.
And you head towards the slums.
I have made my way to a low-end quilting shop.
Which is where I was drinking with my 400 copper.
And let me tell you, in that part of town, you're throwing around any coppers. They're like, hey man, I got a drink for you. You want to try this shit? And you're drinking things, and you're kind of questioning whether or not even this was too cheap and too bad. But
My parents were barbarians. I'm good. I got it.
you're having a great time. At some point, one of them does say, hey, I got a real nice drink for you. Just a silver glass, but well, it doesn't put hair on your chest. It burns off the hair on your chest if you have any.
Instead, I'll describe my compatriots and ask if they've been around yet. I'm looking for them right now at this point.
I didn't see anybody like that.
Okay, and I'll just slide in another copper and be on my way. Just looking for you guys in general.
I feel like you and I are in a similar area at this
It would have
point.
been good to decide, hey guys, let's meet at X location at Y
But
time.
you did not.
Nope.
Not.
Each of you roll an investigation check as you are looking for the others.
Mine is the
15.
9.
All right. So first, you find
Into Leon.
yeah, Indelion is. I wrote that and I had no idea how I intended to pronounce it. You do find Indelion in a discount fabric store.
I'll pop in.
I got so close,
We're going this way. Come on.
but I'm
I mean,
so
you did.
close. I'm like trying to pressure the person on the front. I know you have it in the back. Where is the magical stuff?
And the patron of the shimmering mantle, one scale, says, I sell fabric.
I know it's here. This
I
is the
have
best shop
some-
I've found all around.
I have some leather, if you would like leather.
Do you have fabric bags of holding?
Don't make me hurt
I
you.
still just sell fabric.
You don't know how many places I've been.
I've got like 2 coats that people left here that I'll sell you if you want them.
Can I wrap my tail around her waist and start dragging her out of the store?
And as Indelion is being dragged out of the store by Harmony and Kara stumbles upon them, you from a distance see what just looks
I'm
like a
I'm
comedy.
cussing them out and just like telling them that that they're racist and they're not serving me and they're withholding everything from me. And then I'm gonna come back for them, and I'm gonna come back for their family members, and I'm gonna come back for their children.
We still only sell fabric. What the fuck did you expect?
She didn't get her veggie omelet this morning. Just ignore her.
And Truco, what are you doing as the day passes in this debacle?
I want to go buy some really expensive either liquor or wine or just 2 really nice bottles.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation roll so that we can see how well you do finding a shop that would sell.
Oh, natural 20.
Cool.
Okay.
You found all the liquor.
You step out of the silver hammer. You crack your knuckles. Sniff.
The important things I roll a 2 and a 4 on.
And
Finding
you go.
drinks.
You can just smell the booze.
Mm-mm.
And you cut straight left. You're going down back alleys. You are full on, like, we're talking bad movie montage level navigation. And you step in front of a shop called the Bitter Crate. And you can smell the wafting alcohol coming out of this establishment. You open the door, and an elvish fellow looks at you and says, "What do you need?"
The best brandy and the best bottle of red wine. Not most expensive.
Okay.
Best.
Best flavor, best punch,
Combination of the 2.
or least hangover.
Combination of the first 2. Hangovers, I'm not worried about.
All right, let's see. You see this guy just turn, and as you walk in, the entire shop is just full of bottles and vials and a few small sacks. But it's mostly all bottles and vials in just. It looks like shelves that slide out. You can see both sides of the shelf and then slide right back in. And this solid fellow just kind of like walks around, pulls out a shelf, looks at it, slides it closed again, goes to a second shelf, pulls it open, pulls out one just deep, beautiful burgundy bottle, sets it down on the counter, slides the shelf closed. Same thing, 3 or 4 shelves later, and pulls out a very, very deep, almost orangish looking bottle, somewhere on that line between an amber color and a red color. Pulls that out, sets it next to the first bottle, and says, "They're both strong enough you can light them on fire. They're both smooth enough you'll barely notice the first half of the bottle. And I'll sell them to you for the low price of 25 gold a piece." You said you were looking for a brandy and what?
Red wine.
A brandy and a red wine. Yes.
Sold.
Done. So you slide over the 50 gold.
Okay.
He hands you the 2 bottles, and you can now add. Actually, roll insight.
Bottle of oil.
Hey, that's why my rolls were so low. I was rolling D12, not D12.
Whoa, fuck, that'll certainly ruin your rolling.
Let's see. Inside 15.
He seems real confident with the bottle of red wine. He seems like he's okay with the decision he made on the brandy. But he's really pushing that red wine at you first.
Work for me.
Go on your merry way.
Look, your ranger wasn't
Just
there.
a side thing. Can I have a rough description of the cheap fabric shop owners, just for my records, my personal records?
The description. So, in the Shimmering Mantle, one scale is a almost sickly thin-looking white dragonborn who does have like a very, very opalescent-looking pattern into the ears with the earrings, but is so thin, almost to the point of being gaunt. About 2 feet taller than you, so pushing 6.5 feet tall, and just seem very timid.
As it should be. Trying to rip me off.
Coming back.
Coming back. I'm just going to remember that. I have noted it. And if I'll ever be able to find it again, if I can roll a better investigation check next time, I'll find you, Shimmering Mantle.
All right, and I believe you were going to try and talk to the party as you saw them
Give me your
dragging
blanket of holding.
I'll explain.
Dandelion.
I'll explain to them that you said we're get one for 600 and we have to wait a week, or possibly 650 or 700. You might be able to get one before we leave.
Well, shit, we could buy 2. Well, we could buy 3.
I mean, we can have one made and then buy one now.
Yeah.
We can have 2 made and buy one now.
We're leaving tomorrow.
I mean, we're coming back to collect our bounty, though.
You're right.
But you
We
want
have to
something to
come
hold
back.
your heads.
Yeah, which I mean, I think that
I
we
already
should.
told you the solution to the heads.
I'm fine with your
No, I think
solution.
that
She didn't seem fine with
No,
the
the
solution.
thing is, even if you freeze them, we still have to put them somewhere.
There, you drag them.
I mean, I have like 5 javelins. We can just line them up.
We could also probably just nick one of the merchant cards.
Is that really
They
gonna?
won't notice.
Yeah, no, they won't notice that at
After
all.
we get our
Will they
$6 or
actually
$6
pay
per
us?
day.
Roll high enough on your sleight of hand. Who knows what's going to happen?
All right.
But Turley
Hey, what are you
didn't
talking
notice.
about? This is mine. I brought this card with me.
Deception.
Let's just do it. Like, I mean, commission and bag of holding because we want one.
They're a bunch of merchants.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
We'll
We're
be
coming
back.
back.
We
We're
will
coming
be back for one.
Yeah, we're coming
So
back. We gotta fuck up a shop dealer. We gotta get a bag of holding.
yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
We're gonna get that bitch at the Silver Hammer that you can serve alcohol before 11 a.m.
I mean, we gotta come back.
Just
to
to
all
us.
of
We
that.
can imagine we
Yes.
can buy that place and then we can serve
We're
alcohol
fucking doing it.
24 hours a day.
Do we want to try and get one today? No. Or
I mean,
head holding?
I'm decently fine with the javelin and the freezing.
So commission.
Make sure you stick it on the javelin before you freeze it. 'cause then
Exactly.
it's hard to
That's
get
very
it on.
important.
Commission one. Then we'll be back. That's what I said.
So, how far is it to walk from here to there?
It's about a 10, 15 minute walk. It's also pretty close to being on the way back to the Silver Hammer.
We're not going back there.
Oh, okay. Well, that is where you start.
We're meeting at the gate.
Because
We're gonna
right
get back to the
now
gate.
you're in about that part of town.
So we'll catch it in near the area we're leaving from. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as they serve bacon and ham in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
You guys only think about yourselves.
No, we need mushroom and pepper omelets first. That's the priority.
Did we specifically say what time they were going to meet?
Sunrise.
Sunrise?
They are departing at sunrise.
We're getting up early.
All right.
We can't drink too much today.
Yes. Where's the gate? Is that the gate or?
That is the gate. So the square with the line drawn across it is gatehouse.
Sure.
Because that's the gate being able to close.
Sure.
Not great drawing, but fuck you. I am an artist. I don't pretend to be.
Good enough.
So, do we just grab it in and be ready to go?
Yep. So as you head towards that gate, you if you're really just looking for any inn, you find G's place. It looks pretty cheap. It looks like they'll sell you pretty much any alcohol you want anytime.
Pretty bad.
And you walk in, you're looking for rooms, booze, both, booze, I don't know what you're looking for.
Just remember, rooms for the evening. We'll be out at some point.
We'll
be leaving before sunrise.
Silver piece for a bed.
But I very obviously turn my head your way because I only have copper.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Slide some silver. For
All right.
I was going to say, with my bad reputation background, I can get away with not paying for drinks and rooms.
So what instrument do you have as well? Like,
a
are
lute,
you carrying a very visible instrument?
Yes.
So the innkeeper
Is it silene? It's like a lute with two. It's not like a strumming.
Yeah.
You hold it like a harp, but
I think it's silene. That sounds right. I'll believe you. Maybe a liar. But the innkeeper
that's what
looks
they
at
give you
you.
when you go to the side.
The innkeeper looks and he says, "You want to play for the room for a little bit? Fucking comp your rooms. I'd rather have some
All
decent
our
entertainment.
rooms.
If it's a good show, I'll comp all your rooms.
They're all good shows.
If it's a shit show, I'll throw them at 5 silver."
Done.
And guys,
And,
really walking off laughing about the bad jokes.
Oh, and all my songs are about me.
Can I use prestidigitation to kind of like create a light show to go with his music to do a helping role?
You can. It has to be on a surface with prestidigitation. Because you kind of do like images on
Ceiling light
something.
show.
That's a 30.
That is a 30.
19 though.
The
So close.
whole bar is stomping and clapping, and you see one person start to bad talk, and it's a pretty big, burly looking human,
Oh, I might have to use intimidation on this
and
guy.
a
if he's gonna be
full-blooded
bad-mouthing
orc. That all of you were kind of a little bit shocked to see a full-blooded orc in town at all, but this guy, the orc, just walks up and just slugs the human across the face for bad talking, puts him down, and then like 5 other people walk around and start kicking this guy on the ground. As they are very, very taken with your performance, and because I assume that you put your hat down for tips.
Oh yeah.
You get 35 copper, 7 silver, and 2 gold.
Somebody's a big spender.
Bet it was York. He said you really like it.
35 copper, 2 silver, or 2 gold, and how much silver?
35 copper, 7 silver, 2 gold. And Victor, did you send your owl familiar?
Yes, to
All right. Did you instruct it to wait for a response?
yeah. So I have some paper. Put my message on one and then a blank little scroll on the other side.
So when the familiar comes back to you, it has the blank paper has been written on. Says, I was able to find one. It would be 660 gold. Or we can still make one. But if you buy the one now, you have it now, and I don't have to waste it. What should we do?
Bring it up to you guys.
I don't mind buying it now. It's only like 60 more to buy it now than it would be for them to just straight up make it.
Okay, get it?
Okay. I guess I will go over there. I'll ask if you can come with me.
Sure. Yeah.
So we'll go over there
The
after I
burly
get some money.
Yeah, no problem. I'll go.
I only have Dylan's money.
1, are you literate? 2, what languages do you read?
I speak Common, Elven, and Sylvan.
Yeah, are we all
I'm
contributing
minus
equally
1
to this?
intelligence. I'm not a fucking
Well,
retard.
I figured we were just going to
Or
go
are
with
you?
the money we had in the pool of money earlier.
Ah,
That's so far.
Common, Elven, and Sylvan.
You do so when you walk in the shop. You do notice that some of the bottles are labeled in Sylvan with different ways to enchant forests to grow more.
Okay.
Sylvan.
Yeah.
So the younger one is the one who's great to not at the door, but just a few steps after you've walked in, and you see the older guy sitting there with a great big tank. Taking we're talking almost cake stand level drinks. And the young one says, so you do want to buy the it's going to be 660 gold.
All right.
And do you need any Other items?
Not at the moment, I do not believe. Thank you.
Do you want to know what we do? This is terrible shopping. Look at this! Look at this strapping young lass. Just came into money quite clearly. I see that belt pouch.
All that copper gonna buy
Do
you
wanna
something
know the
magic.
interesting things we have.
You know, I do.
Wow. Let's see what I've got for you.
So after we spend 660 gold, we got from the dragon. Well, then, what's that?
1,240.
And all the platinum.
That's
And
gold.
2 diamonds.
Yeah.
Times 10.
2 diamonds still.
I've got some
So that's
antitoxins.
100 gold there.
Yeah, we still got.
I've got a potion of greater healing. I've got a
We
potion
started
of
with
healing.
1500
I've got a
too
potion
before we
of
cut the
superior
dragon.
healing. I even have a potion of supreme healing we can part with.
Supreme heals.
Some spell scrolls, if that's the way you're leaning, and I've got a potion that can make a man out of you.
We call it the Mulan.
You have anything you're hitting really hard with?
I've got one spell scroll that can help you with making your weapon more magical, but
Freya provides that for me, Brad.
I don't have any magic weapons at the moment.
Then I will just walk over to one of the bottom slaves with Sylvan, just pat it very gently and say, "Arm in a tree." And then I'll say, "We're good. We'll take the stag and we'll leave."
Thank you very much.
As you're walking out, the younger one is silent, but the older one rumbles up to the corner. Or for 1,000 gold, you can take a chance, and anything can happen.
Excuse me?
And he pulls out a small wooden piece
Take it.
and sets it on the
You're
table.
bigger than he is.
Can I
Take it.
insight that?
Inside away.
Like, before I do anything else, can I just, like, is he full of shit? Or... 17...
If
Oh my God!
Monopoly taught me anything, it's that chance
22?
cards are not worth it.
He is completely serious.
So,
1,000 gold and the way
It's a
that
deck
he
of
is
many things. You're
describing
going to
it,
open it, it's going to be a void card.
anything like that.
Stuck right in there.
can I roll a wisdom save on myself?
Just do it. I have
To
done
see,
that in
like-
character so many times.
To see, like, would I fall for this?
As you're standing there, he looks at you and says, "I once opened this box and became more powerful by magnitude of scale. I've opened the box. I've pulled forth a weapon of great renown. I once had a customer open the box and face his own fate in combat. Anything can happen.
All right, look.
It's like Monopoly.
Look,
Not all the chances are good ones.
if we tell her that cloth merchant is off by herself in the darkness, we can get her to run away. Take the gold I gave her, come back here and buy this chance.
And remember,
Because I-
also spends equally. So
Because look,
you do have.
They
How
took,
many platinum do we
they
have?
took the money from me.
140.
Just give her all the gold.
Well, 139.
I gave her
He
everything.
used one.
You would have the what?
I do. You're gonna have to get me out of the picture to buy this.
So I have to come back to her to ask for this chance. I can't do it on my own at this point.
Just open it. He's holding it out. Just
Sleight of hand.
It is sitting on the counter in front of this. As you look at him, gnarled, just ancient looking dwarf.
This
He
is
is-
the shopkeeper
You
we're
can
not allowed to fuck
barely
with.
see his eyes. The wrinkles are so deep.
I
He's-
just wonder if
He's a level
he was
27.
younger than him before he opened that box.
How much money do you have on you? 250.
So he looks. The old one looks up at you. You're a wizard.
That's why I
And
took this one.
he signals over to the younger looking one and grabs a part of its arm and rips it off.
Oh my gosh!
And you watch as snow appears in his hand and starts to melt. Roll Arcana.
He's a snowman.
He's the abominable snowman. We
Yeah,
found
I-
him.
9. I rolled a 1.
You're pretty sure that the younger one is not a real person. But that is as much as you know. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Am I offended by that? Am I alarmed by that?
You're kind of thrown off. But
Extremely down.
Like, am I worried for this person?
Well, I'll
like,
tell
he-
him it's,
he just grabbed a
some
piece
sort of-
and it just turned into snow.
Okay.
You know what snow looks like. Like he didn't. This wasn't like a gouged and ripped. He
Okay.
reached over and just pulled off a piece of the snow.
All right. Straight up, I want that box. I will have the money for it.
Oh no, not the box.
I want to open the box.
One chance.
I want to open the box. I don't have the money for it. I gotta go talk to somebody else, and then I'll be back.
When I was young, I slept all the time. Now I find I don't sleep. Come by and. All right.
Murder gaming pigeon.
I'll be back.
We might all want to be there when you open the box.
So I'll run immediately, like leave you behind this sprint to find our. Like, hey, real quick, can I have 1,000 gold?
What are you buying this time?
Possibly godlike powers.
Who duped you so bad?
So I'll lay the
Roll
situation.
insight.
I'll lay the
Okay.
situation on the party and just say, "Here's what I heard,"
13.
and I believe them wholeheartedly.
What did you roll?
13.
13.
Oh, wait. Insight
So 10 platinums, 1,000 gold. Right?
10 platinum is
is-
100 gold.
plus 4. So 17.
10 platinum per gold.
17.
17.
10 gold per platinum.
Thank you.
I've done that before too.
He 100% believes it.
Oh, I have no doubt he believes it. I never questioned
Hold on,
if he believes it.
hold on. She.
Oh, she, yes. I
apologize.
never doubted that she believed it. Not 1 second.
And
Wait.
when you try to pick apart the story, just consistent.
Just come see it.
Are
Just
we
come
all
see it.
are we all around doing this?
The three of you are all still, as far as you have said,
Yeah, we're still at the
you're
bar.
all still
Sick.
in G's place.
Yeah, I started walking out when you took off running. I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait.
So I don't know anything about
Like, look, just
chances.
come see this whole door. Just come see the door.
Okay,
Just
fine.
come see the
We'll
door.
go. We'll
She
go.
seems, she seems
I always-
really excited.
Anytime
Really
I have a
excited.
chance to take a chance on something, I
Come on.
always take a chance.
Somebody took a 10-point disadvantage in
Yeah.
GURPS. All right, so
But
So like an
if
excited
I'm not
puppy,
there, I don't know
Okay.
about it. So
like an excited
You would
puppy,
be
I
there.
roll
But you-
back, no
you
back.
are hearing
you're
about
still
it
in the
now.
inn. You've been entertaining people in the inn, and you saw your your compatriot
Just leave.
running
Yeah.
super excited, talking about chances.
I'll do it.
All right,
I
so
got
you're
my
right.
own 1,000 gold. I'll throw mine in.
I'm gonna ask, do any of you speak Dwarvish?
I have a helm of languages.
You do,
I can comprehend languages if I have.
but you have to touch something to read. Comprehend languages lets you understand any language. It does not let you read any language unless you are touching the surface that is written on it. Which
what do I need to?
The
Is it
sign,
written on the
the
box?
sign is written in Dwarvish. The sign of the shop is written in Dwarvish.
I can touch that.
Joe.
Yeah, it's like when
Are
You jump and it just says Blackbeard the Enchanter.
Blackbeard.
Or sorry, Blackbeard's Enchanting.
I'll do it.
All right, so
We all made
that
it
was
back to
gold.
me.
We roll a history check on Blackbeard.
I do it.
I mean, like, can 2 people do it?
he looks at
I
your
got there
party.
first.
He looks at your party. He says,
Fuck that! I brought you.
1,000 gold. You get a chance.
Okay, so I mean, like you want to
Crack
just do
the
the
old
habit of him
knuckles.
first?
think she wants to do
Do I
it.
just reach into the box?
Fine.
I know what the
He
rules are.
opens up the box and pulls out a deck of cards and says, "Draw
Oh
a card."
shit! This.
Are you gonna spread it out?
This is where we all die.
It's gonna be great.
So you have paid your
Shortest
1,000
one shot
gold.
ever.
Deck of many things.
And tell me what the card is. So
Hey,
you
You
can
didn't
tell me
say.
what
You
happens.
didn't say I had to tell him.
Oh no, because when you draw it out,
What you draw
look
it
at it,
happens.
and something happens, and then the card vanishes out of your hand.
Looks like the death of diamonds.
What is it? Is it a jack?
The death of diamonds. It doesn't say Jack on it.
Okay, they're like the most ridiculous. It's the Queen of Diamonds.
Yeah.
Which you are very lucky on.
You are now a
Alright, so
god.
Queen of Diamonds, Moon.
You get 40,000 gold.
Going on the shop.
So, on your ring, on your hand, appears a ring with 3 shining diamonds.
Well,
Sorry,
You're the
with
Queen of
3
England.
with 3 diamonds, and let me see how many. Sorry, only one of them. Only one of them is still glowing. But you realize you have the ability to cast the wish spell once.
Nice.
Dylan's about to die.
That's great.
Yes.
I'm gonna blow
Yeah.
my wish of like getting
But
a round of
you,
applause at a bar.
you as a bard know the power of
Oh,
the
yeah.
wish spell that can reshape
If
reality.
any of you have had 2 dogs, you can treat to only one of them. The other dog is the one I have right now, and I want a part of this. So
Oh, I gotta take away my 1,000 gold. So I'm
King
gone.
of Clubs.
We'll do some math here.
The King of Clubs.
Ooh, king. It's gotta be good.
No.
You turn into a frog.
we meet your sister exactly outside.
Because I am unwilling.
Oh, just do it. Motherfucker,
No.
me-
No, because you don't have. Do you have backup character ready?
Yes.
Done. Your soul
Bye.
vanishes from your body.
Okay.
You have drawn the void.
I dropped the lifeless to the ground.
This is why I said
Wanna
we
make a
should
wish?
buy
Now I pull up my backup character.
You drew the card that Grog drew.
Most good.
Oh god. The search for Grog.
No, leave me. I'm dead. That character's gone.
Hey, I could wish him back to life.
No. No, you can't.
He is not dead.
I wouldn't do it.
Her
I'm not spending my 1,000 gold on him. What are you talking
her
about?
soul is
Her!
just not here.
You.
Sorry.
You're nothing now. You're dead. You've been sweet.
And
So, what magical items did you have?
the old
yeah,
one,
I got
the
some.
old dwarf looks at you guys and says,
Hey, do I get my money back? You just stole my friend.
"It's a chance."
You got a good chance.
Do I-
She got the
All
best
right,
chance.
spend my ring.
Well, let me ask the most important question: do you have a way to dispose of the body, or am I?
I don't have any way to steal my body.
Well,
I
how's this
actually,
work?
I'm
I
just
actually
holding right
super
here.
don't trust you.
We
to
just
use
gave
that
you
as some
2,000.
sort
Head
of,
off and
like
say he was a bandit.
ritual. And also, I feel like that
Her
was
head.
recognized. I would. They
If
would
you don't
recognize
trust
her.
him, roll insight.
I don't trust it.
Yeah, what gear did you have? We have now acquired new gear.
19.
Winged
And
boots
plus
and a
whatever my
belt
insight
of
is,
frost
which
fang.
is
Oh, yes.
+4, so that's 23.
He is literally
I'm
just
claiming that
concerned
belt.
about there being a basically dead
How
body.
much, how much will that raise your strength from what you're at now?
That's at
all
21.
he cares about.
Can I
I
ask
know,
about
but
his
what are you at
funeral
right now for strength?
services of
16.
what he does to dispose of bodies typically? I would like it to be, proper.
I
It
wouldn't
puts it
mind
at
having the
21.
belt. I wouldn't mind having the belt either because I have a strength of 8 and I find that.
And I want it to be ecologically friendly,
You're going
obviously.
into melee.
So
in melee range. I have
looks
to.
you
Oh,
dead in
God.
the eyes.
How about you
Something
take the
I
boots?
can
I'll
get
take the
rid
belt.
of.
Oh no.
Like,
What really helps me hit things?
What is he
Don't
asking for?
trust me to get rid of the body. Just feel something else I can get rid of.
All right.
I mean, I'm just saying that I would like it to be done in a.
So he grabs a copper coin out of his belt pouch, flips it up, points his finger, and the coin disintegrates into dust.
Great cremation.
You
You recognize that he has the spell disintegrate.
You know what? I feel like that's respectful enough. Yep, that's fine.
Put that dumb bitch shirt.
Hey, wait, we gotta loot her body first. She's got magic items and all kinds of stuff.
We have to respectfully
It is
remove her
your
items
decision.
so we can give them to her next of kin.
Sure. Sleight of hand.
No,
I want to
talking
see.
about-
I want to see if I notice him actually taking stuff out of her dead body.
And did you remove the 1,000 gold from your inventory?
I gave it to him.
And did the pair of you between you deduct the 1,000 gold of your characters?
I deducted it from.
As long as the
Her
1,000
stuff.
gold was given away, we are good.
I'm down to 145. Some silver and copper.
And you should have some platinum.
28 platinum. That was, I just used that as 280 gold.
Fair enough. All right. Dylan, have you found your backup character?
I'm working on it right now. It's either in my Dropbox or in my Google Chrome.
God, I love you so much that you've already had a backup character
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah,
All right.
I got
Well,
this.
so after that
Yeah.
exciting evening, what would the four of you that are currently party members like to do?
I want to try and find an unbreakable necklace chain to put the ring on, so it can't be lost. It can't be stolen.
Try to
Are
read it on
you
the finger.
asking the old dwarf?
That puts your strength at +5, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, as your modifier, it's just a +5. He looks at you. He thinks about it. I don't have a necklace for you, but I can make sure you could never lose it.
Yeah. I don't like that tone. I'll be fine.
I can bind it to your finger so that it can't fall off.
Ever.
Yeah, it sounds like a monkey paw situation here.
As you get fatter, you lose the
He
finger.
binds it. No, he binds it to my finger, but my finger falls
Yeah.
off.
No, just lock it.
Just a what?
Just locking it. Which, Victor, roll another Arcana check. 'Cause you're listening to this.
Apparently, I need to retire this die for today. So
Oh,
yeah,
I saw that.
9.
I mean,
That's the
you
second one
heard
in a row.
you heard him say the word lock, and you know that there's a spell, arcane lock, but you've only ever heard it used on doors or chests or similar locked compartments. Right. Does your second character already have the
I
appropriate?
do want to
magic
find the
items?
wish spell to see if I can wish more wishes.
So wish, you can either cast any spell of level 8 or lower,
The Celeste or Lies.
or you can wish to alter reality. And the exact verbiage of your wish will be interpreted by me, and because you are casting it from the ring,
So
the other
this
results
will be
don't really matter.
related to that one. It is the next pin, so I can look at it.
I don't have any items taken out for this one.
All
But I'm not
right.
wishing for anything now. I just got this.
Well, because do you have your one uncommon item? Because
Flying broom.
flying broom.
I was getting magic carpet.
Would you like to know what your second item is?
Sure.
Hell Maul.
Oh, fuck yeah. A special thing
He
that
has
I made.
he has a sentient magic wand. As of
Talks to
right
him,
now,
drives him crazy.
the 3 spell levels stored in it are currently held by, interestingly, Chaos Bolt
Okay.
and Scorching Ray.
All right.
So if you would like to mark that down appropriately.
All right. All right.
And let me see if no, I don't have. I don't think I still have the helm also. It's going to be a plus. It is +2 to hit with fire spells and +2 damage on all fire spells. So it is per hit with this fire spell. So it's either 2d total damage or to each individual hit. So like on Scorching Ray, it will do +2 per beat.
Alright. The Hellish Rebuke also counts as +2 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that you do with fire done through Hellball gains the benefit of +2 to hit and +2 damage.
Okay. I'm good.
So, since we've been adventuring for a while, you the brother or sister?
Oh, I'm a tiefling. I'm totally not blood.
I feel like
Yes,
we're gonna have to like just go to a bar and pick up a
usually,
random
yeah.
extra
Tiefling
person.
girl.
Like, if you could please get me a beverage.
Sure.
As we sunset
This
the rest
character
of the group towards
Is
the
a
night.
pile of garbage, by the way. You stinks to high heaven. Doesn't care about personal hygiene, anything like that. Your
Can I
clothes are
get
in tatters.
a name and AC?
Name is Strix. AC is anxiety problems. 11 without mage armor, and 13 with mage armor.
Major armor is 13 plus that.
13.
Your dex is +1.
So Dex is plus 14 mage armor.
Excellent.
And yeah, nothing but anxiety problems. It just stinks to high heaven. So,
I like it. So, the rest of you, after your very, very roller coaster evening with the grumpy old dwarf, retire back to the inn that you were staying at G's place. Wake up oh so early in the morning. The sun is barely even getting close to breaking the horizon. You head towards the gate, and you do see Eho that you've met, and 4 other very rich-looking, all human men. And then about 20 other much poorer-looking people that look kind of like they're the ones that handle the carts. You do see 5 other human guards that, looking at them, they don't look particularly impressive. And you see a filthy, filthy-looking tiefling. That we're going to wait until Dylan gets back so that I can appropriately introduce Strix. So, the rest of the first initial party, they all wake up, they meet the carts in the morning, and they see the 5 human caravan leaders, the 5 merchants, Eho, Dib, and then the 3 others whose names I'll make up if you really care. 20 general hands that mostly care for the carts or drive them. They're drovers. They basically look like your local Teamsters union. 5 guards, and 1 very, very disheveled looking tiefling. Do we know where Ben went?
bathroom. I see.
Bathroom. Okay. I don't know if we want to smoke. I mean, we've been at it for a little bit, so we'll probably take a break in a minute or two. But could you please describe to us the tiefling that they see kind of bundled up and doing whatever it is that your character will do in the morning?
So most people eat breakfast from a plate in a cup. I just pull it out of my robe, and it's random bits of food that I seem to have been there for a while. I'm just chewing on it. Big weird witch hat, and just the clothes that are torn to shreds, and you can see flies all around this character. Just a nasty, nasty, crazy looking creature. When you look at her, she's just like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to be around you.
So Ben, after your misadventures the night before, you all went to sleep, a little bit concerned about the fact that a member of your party just died and was disintegrated. You woke up, met the caravan in the morning, and saw the 5 merchants, 20 teamsters, and 5 guards, and then 1 tiefling that you just heard described as effectively filthy witch.
Filthy. Filthy.
Do you have a menu for your team, possibly? Otherwise, I mean, we've got tieflings. My tieflings are at home.
If we really need to, we'll grab a different one for you, but I don't know.
That's close enough. Tiefling. That's what I like to hear. Tiefling. Okay, so.
You're very masculine for a woman.
Hey, puppy. All right, so it's early morning. The wagons all start rolling out. You're all sitting on them in parts occasionally, walking around doing general guardy type duties, and continuing on your way. During the first day, could I have all of you roll a perception check for me?
Oh, this is gonna go well.
Natural 1. 6.
My minus
14.
11.
We don't see shit.
And none of you notice anything as this first day seems to pass pretty calm. You set up camp for the night. You've gone about 15 miles from town. You're setting up camp. What would you guys like to do as the Teamsters are all kind of unhitching the wagons, brushing the horses, setting up their tents? What are any or all of you doing?
Shall we patrol?
Do we have set places that we set up to, like, are we with a certain group? Are we by ourselves? Or, like, where do we set up in reference to the caravan?
That's what he's asking.
You were
Where
hired
you
to
wanna
be?
guard the caravan.
So we all set up kind of around the caravan?
We can patrol. We can
Is there
pick spots.
like a central, I guess, like campfire area, or where everyone congregates at the end of the day, or
There are 2 different campfires. There's one that's much smaller that is just the 5
Rich
merchants. And then like the one teamster they got short end of the stick into serving them. And then there's a larger fire that is the rest of.
I'm gonna go sing the larger fire tales of all my exploits throughout my whole life.
Could you roll me a performance check, please?
The song is called "I'm a Narcissist and I'm Okay."
27.
They all look very, very happy. Anybody doing anything else?
I'll clap excitedly until people look at me and they'll be like,
I'm gonna patrol the outside of the caravan where we're all parked.
I want to educate the people on how to use already broken pieces of nature and of like wood and stuff instead of cutting down trees. So I'm just going to spend a large time educating them on that.
Perception check from Harmony and a persuasion check from Indilion.
This is gonna go good with my missing eyeball.
And are you doing anything, Victor?
Well, I was going to look around
60.
and see if there's any place that would be like, hard for us to guard at all, so I could slap an alarm down.
Let me go ahead and lay this out for you.
I perceived 5.
oh, I'm aware.
Well, 4.
All right, so we are
Minus
no
1.
longer in the city.
To go have my owl kind of up above.
All right, roll a perception check for the owl with disadvantages as it is trying to peer through foliage.
That means
But it's
just
an owl. It's
roll
good
two,
at that
take the
shit.
lowest, right?
So actually, you will do a straight roll because owls have advantage on perception checks involving sight. Yes, I know this much of the monster manual. Ignore that this is a palm tree. It's a tree. Amazon is a beautiful but terrible thing. I don't know. That's what the medley gave me. And you'll also notice that we're just doing the edge of the clearing because I only have 29 trees, not 200. Yes, I want 200.
Like every responsible DM.
But then we have to set up.
No, I would just grab a handful and throw them.
Okay. And then they just do laying like that.
And then you just tip them up.
And there is
So a 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the larger bonfire and the smaller bonfire.
Is there any good place for me to like pop my line down?
So your alarm is a 20-foot cube. It is 4 squares, by 4 squares. So you can put it
Pick a
wherever
spot.
you want, but it's 4 squares by 4 squares.
speaking of miniatures.
Ah, yes.
You want your guy?
There was a bard that I saw last game.
That is the best that I had for a bard because I didn't have anybody else with instruments that was human.
Works for me.
Let's put it over to you. 4x4.
These are wagons.
These are the 5 wagons. Because I don't feel like going upstairs to find the wagons that I made.
We've got the foam bricks.
Yeah, but they're only 5 feet by 10 feet. Those are larger. Those are 5 feet by 15 feet.
They're bigger wagons.
All right, so if you could place yourselves appropriately for how you are in this evening as you're camping. The larger fire is the one that has all the people around it. The small X.
Because that's
Right,
where I'm
Ben,
looking
so,
at
yeah.
when I'm blinded.
Somebody slide me to the other side of that big fire.
You.
You said you had a 15,
That's fine.
correct?
Oh, I had a 4.
I'm gonna be out with the wood
Oh,
searching
the owl
party.
had
The owl had a 15.
Just so I can be out with the people who are searching for wood.
I seem to recall. Oh yeah. You would
I'm,
be out
I'm,
there.
I'm out with the people searching for wood, so I can tell them which
To
is the
convince
right
them, yes.
which is the right pieces of wood to pick up.
Very opinionated.
I'm a ranger who knows my job, and I'm gonna make other people also follow the proper ways.
But
All
to
right.
use to prevent forest fires.
Exactly.
And I would like all of you to roll initiative.
Two.
The player's handbook says you're supposed to roll an initiative for your familiar, but you just want to roll it on
Actually, that's a
mine to
3.
make it
I'll take
easier.
that
Because I don't feel like actually tracking it separately, yes.
Much easier.
Please roll yours on yours. Okay, so we've got
Just throwing shit at me.
stress.
14 for strikes.
15 for the first.
3.
3?
Yes, 3.
What's your dex roll?
You should have good decks as a ranger.
Wait, what were we rolling?
So whatever
Initiative.
you rolled on a d20
Oh.
plus your dexterity.
My initiative is 1,
So you got a 4 if you roll a 3.
and I got a 2.
Okay, thank you.
You only have 1 dex?
Yeah, I only have 1 initiative.
All right, so can I get anybody who was above a 20, please? I'm assuming nobody from that. That's not. Where did the cap go that I asked them to
Put it over there.
Excellent. And then, did anybody have above a 17?
The bad guys go first.
All right, and what numbers did we have? I believe it was
14.
Victor with a 15, Strix with a 14, and Delion, you had
3.
3.
Ruko had a 10.
Yeah,
And Harmony,
I'm dead
3.
last.
Yeah,
And
it's a
what's
dub.
your?
You're in front of me.
I was about to say,
Oh,
what is your
really?
dexterity modifier?
I have no dex. She has 1.
All
I
right.
have 1, yeah.
So, I'm gonna get the shit beat out of me. You're coming from the blind side.
These things are so useful for doing initiative with us.
The first thing you guys notice, excuse me, as I make sure to pull up the appropriate spell lists.
Uh-oh, we're getting bombed. Fireballs are addressed to whom it may concern.
All right. Oh, what I'm doing. All right. Sorry, I apologize for the delay, as I'm clearly a terrible person. But I also kind of don't care, so go fuck yourselves. Okay, so we have right, we need righty then. So Victor, what is your AC? 16, because you have not cast Major Armor on yourself. Alright, they both miss, and your AC would be a 21, right?
So somebody
Currently,
fired at me?
yes.
Both of you feel 2 bolts each ping off of your armor.
So how do reaction things work? Since this is my first time actually.
So you can use anything that does a reaction. You have 1 reaction per turn of initiative. But you also need to okay, for example, the shield spell. You have to get hit by a spell to be able to use that reaction. Normally you can do things like an attack of opportunity for a reaction, or your reaction could be holding your action for when something happens.
Until you go into the initiative.
Sort of. And also, darkness appears. Would you please draw a black ring around the other red X? As both of those 2 spaces are engulfed in complete darkness. And
So were you pitch black or dark vision?
there is no longer any source of light, so anybody without dark vision can no longer see, and even people with dark vision have disadvantage on this particular round because the sudden change in light is defining for this round. Next round you would be back to normal, but and let's see if we can do this.
Is this the darkness spell, or they just put something out?
You don't know.
Well, I mean, because the darkness spell would be 15-foot radius. So
I didn't feel like drawing that large.
that's why I'm asking. I don't know if people
Fuck you, they
are
were focused
completely
on putting out
obscure.
fires. And Dylan,
Make an Arcana check to see if it was spell darkness.
on your turn, you could certainly take your turn to do an action to try and identify what spell was cast. If it was a spell.
I'm just questioning because the
Strix.
party is obscured from me. If so,
You feel 2 crossbow bolts bump into you.
Shit.
And could I please have you make 2 con saving throws?
Sure.
Just after having 1 character die.
Yeah. Why not? 2 17s plus.
Oh fuck! You passed both of them.
Two
So
19s.
you take 14 damage total,
Okay.
and feel poison start to course through your veins. But you're like,
You're so
Like,
dirty,
I'm
you've
tougher
had
than that.
worse diseases than you before.
pretty
That's
much
true.
you're like,
I live on
This is-
garbage. I'm good.
this isn't even the fucking diseases already
Yes.
in my blood.
Fuck you people. You aggravate me.
And
Do I know where they're at? Do I have an idea of where they're at?
the 2 bolts that hit you
Like from the front?
came from where you are facing now at the green dice, and excuse me, as I actually will write down the initiative order so that I have it. Because I forgot to do that.
Alright.
And it is going to be Victor's turn.
Alright. Don't have much in the way of anything that can help
You're
about
on.
darkness. This is unfortunate.
Would I be able to use minor illusion to use it to like make light?
Minor illusion does not cast light.
Do you have
Prestidigitation, you could try to light something that you are aware of on fire.
He can make sparks.
You could also make sparks that would
I
do
think
a
so.
brief dim illumination.
Set that palm tree on fire.
You could try to set a tree on fire. for
Specifically.
prestidigitation. I would let
Specifically
you
the
do
palm
that.
tree. Fuck that tree.
Yes. Yeah, that particular tree
Yeah.
is just, I mean, it needs to go. It don't belong here.
Yeah. So at the moment we don't see anything. Well, I guess our eyes are adjusting, so it's
You felt two crossbow bolts ping off of you, and like you felt them scrape your
Can I tell
armor.
what direction they came from?
So the bolts hit you from this side, and then pinged off towards this side, and that is true for both of you. So you think they might be in this tree, like these trees, but you're not sure where.
Okay, then I guess I will do mirror image.
All right. So casting mirror image.
You gotta
So
do
two-
both of them.
Three duplicates of yourself, all appearing your same space as you kind of dance through each other, and it is now more difficult to hit. All right, and Strix, are you doing anything with your bonus action? Or moving at all?
No, I guess I will move over here.
Okay. Oh, and we're just in this point because I don't feel like dealing with them. All of the Teamsters, the merchants, and the 5 people that are employed as guards all sprint in towards the middle area of the wagons and are cuddled up in a pitiful-looking just bundle of people as they all hide in the middle of things terrifying. We're just having that happen now because I don't feel like actually interacting.
Fair enough.
So can I go over to here and 10 feet up? Is that my boots?
Yes, you can. Excuse me, as I get the bag of elevation. So you are 10 feet up?
Yes.
If you would please put a 10 under there to show what height you are at, and then put yourself on top.
That's a genius.
I'm done.
And then yourself at the appropriate space. And Strix, you're up.
All right. Would I know where I'm at in relation to the wagons prior to the lights going out?
Yes, because you are between the two wagons. You were kind of camped up at the edge. One or two of the people that rushed in kind of bumped past you.
Okay. I took the crossbow bolts from the front. Okay.
Coming from somewhere over in this area. You're not sure exactly where.
Okay.
They just kind of thumped into you. And you were more concerned with the fact that you just got shot than figuring out exactly where it came from.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over here. Is that fine? Can I move through the people that were crowding in the
You
area?
can. You kind of shove them out of the way. They are very.
Now, given
I
the-
will say it costs you 5 feet of movement to push through them.
Okay, so moving, I'll move back. 1. What can I see in this area? Like, do I see? Is that darkness obscuring my view of the other people in the area? That's what I'm asking.
So you cannot see Truco or Harmony. You kind of see Victor above you, and you see the wagon right next to you.
Okay.
But it does look like there is a wall of darkness directly in front of you. Honestly, about a foot away, and you can't see anything.
Okay. Then for the moment, I'm going to just yell as a free action. They're on the other side of the camp as well, and then I would cast a silent image of myself over here, just so a duplicate of me is just kind of hanging out there.
He's got
Yeah, I'll just a duplicate of myself is hanging out right there.
the dead body of his previous character.
Yes, very good.
That's morbid.
So,
All right.
and I'll just kind of hunker down, like I'll go down on one knee and just I'll let everybody know there's people on the other side, and just kind of put a target up over there.
Okay. Trico, on you.
I am going to cast Phantasmal Force. And I'm going to make a 10-foot tall fire element.
Let me double check how Phantasmal Force works.
Basically, I can create anything up to 10 feet tall.
In the
includes-
mind of a creature that you can see. It is not a. It's not like an illusion that exists. It's in somebody's head.
Oh, in the mind of a creature. Okay.
Basically, you drive somebody super crazy and put pictures in their head.
All right, then I'm just going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay, so if you would like to, if somebody could please drop a blue ring for him concentrating on invisibility on himself.
Which one is yours? This one?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and Endelion, it's your turn.
Do I notice what's going on? Like, because I'm kind of blocked. Like, the fire was already kind of blocked by the wagons.
You hear the yelling, and you heard some people shouting in pain,
Okay,
and
I
that is as much as you are currently aware of.
definitely will run in that direction.
All right, so that direction is straight towards the wagons, and then possibly through the wagons, because the sound
Okay,
was.
I have. Where do
I mean, she could try to Kool-Aid Man if she wants.
I know, yeah. Where do you see how long you can walk? How
It
far
is
you can
your
walk?
speed. It should
Okay,
be 30,
35.
35.
Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, so how many are these squares?
So each square is 5 feet. So you can go 7 squares.
7 squares. Does the square I'm on count as a square?
No, so you would go the 5 feet. It does cost you 5 feet of movement to get through the middle of the wagon area because there are a bunch of people that you're kind of stepping through.
You can go diagonally as well.
Oh, I can.
Yes.
Oh. 1, 3. Which, like, what is the area that I'm hearing things? Like, give me a direction.
So the
Like-
sounds
like-
that you heard,
This.
you heard sound coming from over here,
Okay.
and you heard sound coming from over here.
They're coming from two sides.
Get sort of in the middle then.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, and 7-ish. Oh, taking it out here.
And what are you doing with your action or bonus?
Do I see anything at this juncture?
You could take your action to try and proceed.
Okay. I will proceed.
Okay.
Which I don't, so that's fine.
Okay. So you look around and you see these trees. You notice the globes of darkness that are around where you used to have fires.
Solid. Now I'm in the midst of it though, so
All right.
that's cool.
And Harmony, it is on you.
I will shield of faith.
All right. Move. So that puts you up to 23, right?
Yeah. Over there.
All right. Minor illusion is a wisdom saving throw and realize it's an illusion, or they hit it with something, right?
My DC is 16, if that's we're going against that.
No, no, he's shooting it.
Right.
What, we missed on the first shot.
Hey.
All right, so
Yeah.
you see one bolt fly high over your illusion, and then you see a second bolt pass. Well, actually, you do not see this at all. You see a bolt pass over the illusion, and then a second bolt shoot straight through it. And you did something really, really stupid. You went ahead and made yourself visibly a caster.
Pew pew pew.
All right. And okay, so your AC is a 16, correct?
Yes, with a reaction to my shield.
You feel bolts getting. You notice bolts coming straight at you. Yes, you can cast shield.
Brings it to 21.
Brings it to 21.
They still hit you in the face.
Two bolts still sink into your skin. You take 10 damage, and please roll 2 DC 13 or 2 con saving throws. 2
So how do
Constitution
we
saving
do
throws.
the mirror image?
Oh, I apologize. You do have mirror image. You will roll a d20 or roll 2 d20s. Roll a d20.
4.
4. The first bolt does hit you.
Okay.
And roll a second d20.
3, both at me, I guess.
Both hit you. So when you have the 3 illusions still up, you have to roll 5. You have to roll above 5, and it's one of the illusions and it dispels it. When one of them gets dispelled, you have to roll a 10 or
Walk
higher.
through the kitchen.
Okay.
When the
back
left
into
it's
the
only
living
one
room.
left, you have to roll 15 or
There's
higher.
only
And it
one
hits one of the
entrance.
illusions instead of
The
you.
bathroom
You
door.
roll the 3 and a
should
4,
be
they both
open.
hit you. So
There's
you
only
take
3 doors
10
to pick
damage
from.
And roll 2 Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. Did you take the Warcaster feat by any chance?
No. What am I concentrating on the mirror image?
Yes.
Constitution.
Wait, is mirror image
Mirror
not?
image is-
No.
No,
Oh,
it's
you
intense.
actually don't. No, you do still.
Poison.
You do still take 2 Constitution saving throws. Though.
Yeah, I do that.
Sorry, not concentration checks. I got sidetracked.
Do I add my con modifier?
Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
So it is
For 16.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 16 passes, and it's the second.
15.
15. Okay. So you pass on both of them.
Okay, so does
So you feel poison third pulse into you, but you shake it off. You kind of stamp your boots a little bit on nothing because you have boots, winged boots, and you're like, okay, I got this. I got this. I got the shield. I'm ready. And it is your turn.
We still don't see anyone.
Nobody's really tried to perceive and done any good at it.
I would think they would be somewhat noticeable running through the forest shooting all of us.
No, they are very much not.
they have my owl look over there?
Okay, so you would use your bonus action to tell the owl. So roll a perception check for the owl. It is just going to be the regular roll at this point, so it rolls with advantage.
With advantage? Okay. So
Owls roll with advantage. Before it was flying high, so it was trying to
Oh,
scout
much better.
through the building.
29.
And owls have a plus 7. Okay. So your owl with a 21 notices 2 figures. I'm going to put no, wait, perfect spaces. We're going to put one of them up
He looks at me and says,
right
"Ooh, buddy,
here."
ooh."
like on that space, kind of tucked behind the tree. And the other one that the owl notices is on this space. So your owl notices and communicates to you that it sees at least 2 dark, slender-looking figures.
Hey. I just need to say goodnight, okay? I love you very much, and I'll see you in the morning, okay? Okay. Bye.
What is your type of person going to bed?
Yes, earlier.
I refer to your child in conversation as golden child. Normally only when talking to my sister who knows her. because it exists.
Pretty cool. Just gonna look up.
Aurelia literally means golden child.
Yeah.
I'm not even doing a bastardized Latin translation.
In shorthand, usually when I'm talking to or texting Jen, I just use fingers.
Real American motherfucker. Alright, so you are aware of two slender cloaked figures.
So I am going to use one of my favorite spells in the other edition. Let's see how it looks in here.
What spell?
Edward's Black Tentacles. 20-foot square.
Huh? Let me go ahead and
Grab the 20-foot square.
oh, damn it! I only have a 10-foot square.
Land it
Two
on
of
them.
them.
All right.
We got markers.
Yep. So go ahead and draw Everard's black tentacle. Everard's tentacles. I don't even remember how the spell works. I just remember hating it because I don't want to be in it.
It's not under a spell.
No, it's worse.
Yeah, I know.
That marker did not work very well for you.
Fair enough. If you really want, I can go. I would not refer to him as a goat fucker, but I mean, he could have been here. He had that choice.
I know. We all make our choices, don't we?
Yep.
So what word is that?
Okay. So, do those
He could tune into the stream.
Did you send him a picture of what's going on now?
not take effect
Loretta said,
until
looks
At
fun.
the
Now
start
I'm
of
jelly.
their turn. So Everard's does at the start of their turn.
Tell
I-
Loretta.
I sent a picture of the.
Did you tell Loretta I died already?
Oh yeah. And
Dylan
Loretto
died
asked,
before we even got to
Loretto asked
combat.
immediately, was it because of reckless behavior? And I was like, oh yeah.
That was a great
1,000%.
fucking decision.
1,000%. Like immediately
Especially
was like,
because you saw your friend get a wish.
Man, come on. I would not.
immediately was like, it was because of reckless
Fucking
behavior,
hero,
right?
right there.
I was like, oh yeah.
All right,
Very
Everard,
reckless.
I left the
So
bar
you
to
use
go
your
do
action, your bonus action. Are you doing anything with your movement? Because your bonus action was telling your familiar to search for you. Action was Everard's tentacles. Anything with? Are you moving at all? Or are you staying where you are?
Bringing the whole thing down here.
I guess I will. So they're firing bolts at us. How far? What's the range of them on? Like 60 or something, right?
Your gut impulse is you're not gonna easily get out of range. You could try to go above the trees, maybe.
Could I arrange it so I could get?
I said there are no more breads.
I only got the one container, but I was more worried about pizza. I apologize.
That's okay.
How does cover work? In the-
Cover increases your AC. So partial cover is a +2 to your AC. 3/4 cover is a +5 to your AC, and total cover is ranged attacks can't aim at you because they don't know where you are.
So can I use this tree to get? Like,
If you
quarters
have
or partial
just enough movement, yes, you could get above the tree. It is going to cost you all your movement, and you're going to be at, we're going to call it 25 feet up. So if you would please adjust your height dice appropriately. Because I still think that's a great way to handle elevation, because there's elevation platforms that are looking at
Just
so
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
You know what's cheap?
Well,
The
that
dice
and
boxes you already have.
Yeah, I guess.
There's an actual platform.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's clear
And they have the
platforms
grid on them, so
Yeah.
you know where they are in relation to each other.
Wow.
But they're expensive. They're really expensive.
and very time consuming.
Yeah, so we also use this like the base. We use when we enlarge somebody. We just put them on the base.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I'm about to do that.
All right. So it is Strix's turn.
Can I see them in the black in your spell? Can I see those two?
Yeah. It doesn't go up.
No, you cannot see anything. You can see that there are black tentacles there. You can't see anything.
Okay, so it completely obscures them. Yeah, it's
It's darkness that is hentai.
Yeah. I mean, you
Hentai
could
darkness.
try to, as an action, perceive into it with a very high DC to see the things,
Yeah.
but right now you see a whole bunch of like writhing black tentacles.
but I can't see my ally, right?
You can see your ally.
Okay, so I
You
see
can
you.
also, so you can see. Hey, could you put yourself back on the? Right.
So I know where you're at.
But he's
Right
completely
now,
obscure.
I know
you
where
can
the
see
tentacles are.
Victor. You can see Endilion, and yeah, that's all that you can see.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and fire off a fireball that's going to cover the area this area covers, but not hitting my ally.
I appreciate that. I do.
Yeah. What? I need you. You're just out of it, but
Yeah, it helps that I'm 25 feet out.
yeah,
All right, can I go ahead and have you show me exactly where you were dropping?
anywhere that doesn't cover my ally. So like he's
I need
out of
to
it.
know where you drop it.
Right here.
All right.
So he knows how many dice
There's
to roll.
10 more guys in that area, so.
Right here.
To whom it may concern.
I'll bring it back. I think I want to get
All right, and what's your spell save DC?
16.
16. All right. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Sweet, sweet damage.
Charisma. So 28 damage if they failed. Half of that if they succeeded.
Did you add the +2?
Oh shit. 30. 30 if they.
And don't put another D6 for it.
I shall.
All right, so that's
Into another dice tray.
Terrible.
I rolled a 3.
That was funny.
that's good
Yes, it is.
because you can't see any of these creatures.
I can. I can.
All right. Okay. So it's
But I can't careful cast.
There's all the townspeople that they kidnapped earlier.
Yeah.
They're tied up back there.
Huh.
They're all now burning. So is the forest now ablaze?
They'll be charred.
Total
They'll be
damage.
charred.
Total
Pass
damage is
recognition,
30
So
for
we
the
can just cut
initial
their
fire.
heads off and say
If they fail. Total
Okay.
damage is 30.
and it is Drake Truco's turn.
just going to move straight down the camp towards where the other arrows were coming from.
All right, so you are aware that there was a fire there. You can't see it. Are you avoiding where the fire was?
I'm
or
going
are
to
you going
avoid the
straight
big
through?
black thing that you can't see through.
All right, so you can make it. Since you have to move around, you can make it to about. Like you can make it right into about this area.
Okay.
Because you have to kind of like go around it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. And you are invisible if you cast any spells or make an attack to drop invisibility. Otherwise, you can use your action to dash and continue to be invisible. So you can move another 30 feet if you would like to, while still being invisible.
Yeah.
Is the forest ablaze now?
Some of the trees are very clearly burning.
Sorry about the trees.
Oh yeah. They're gonna pay.
You're on her shit list.
They're gonna pay dearly.
Just gonna kill them and then
Then
deal
me.
with you.
Then me.
Exactly. They're all gonna pay.
And so you did the move. All right, and we are on to Endilion.
Okay.
So your vision has started to recover. Could I get a perception check from you, please?
Yes. Well, this die has not done me good, but yeah, no, it's a 9.
9
No, wait, it's a
plus your perception.
8 plus 4. Because I thought it was a +1, but my perception is +4. So
12.
So you see right behind this tree a very, very charred looking but still standing drow.
The black people of the
Oh.
elf community.
I apologize. Could somebody please erase the black circle around that fire?
The big
what
dead.
are we supposed to be erasing?
Or they lost their
Oh, yeah,
concentration.
okay. That's difficult to get off.
Yeah, it's actually the wet erase marker and the
Who's gonna
This
spit
is-
on your cover?
This is not
or you
difficult.
can use the eraser material.
Oh,
Whatever.
whatever. You get half of it off. Then
It's
you say,
obscure.
"Oh,
Yeah,
this is this thing that
exactly,
takes it off."
exactly.
We can
Thank
clearly
you.
see that it ain't there anymore. It's good
Okay,
enough.
Okay, I'll get it.
It's too late now. It must be completed.
It must be, yes, the
He's on a
work
mission for
I have. There it is. It's done.
The voice from above.
Dylan,
said,
please
"Clean
give me
this up."
another beverage. I love you.
Okay.
You know they gave you a pizza that wasn't cut?
What's
What?
my
They gave you a
rate?
pizza that wasn't cut?
Did they?
There's a pepperoni pizza up there isn't cut at all.
Probably just eat it. And
I was
sit in
like,
that.
man, we could just roll this up and eat like a burrito.
Fold it in
Yeah, but I
half.
also got 2 stuffed crust pieces, so I'm not really angry. I tried to make sure there would be pizza for everybody because I love all of you.
At least someone loves me.
Allison doesn't. Allison has
Ouch.
love in her heart for Rex, Holly, and then
Italian.
some days Dylan.
Only when Dylan's taking care of the dogs.
Yes. Allison is Dylan. Who we all acknowledge she probably loves the dogs more than anyone. Because they're
Okay.
adorable and wonderful.
Why does it have 2 ranges on it?
One is at
So one is
disadvantage.
the straight range where you just make regular attacks. The second is 600. You can make the attack from 150 feet plus up to 600, but there's a disadvantage.
Ah.
It's your. I can make that shot. It's harder.
Unless you took sharpshooter.
But you.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I can always give it a shot.
1+1 dex.
I can try.
But you are well within range of
Of the 100.
the one you
Yes,
saw.
you
Yeah.
do see the one guy. He does have a little bit of cover, so he's
dang.
going to be slightly.
Wow, you got
Knock
some.
everybody out.
The one that
This
just
one's
got
on
hit,
that
that
side.
guy is dead.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
A meteor
I killed
fell
him
from
with my
sky.
dice. That's how it works, right?
Let me ask you this: are you going to use the oath bow?
Definitely. That's my fanciest bow.
Are you using the ability of the oath bow?
Oh, what's the ability? I need to look at it. Okay. When you knock an arrow from this bow, it whispers
When
in
you kill
Elvish.
somebody, you also
Swift
have to
defeat
kill
to my
everyone
enemies.
in their family. That is
The
your
oath of vengeance. Blood vengeance.
Sworn enemy until it dies or until 7 days later.
You hate this
If you
guy.
take something as your sworn enemy, you have advantage on every attack against it. But you have disadvantage if you make an attack with anything other than the oath bow.
She's a ranger, so she's just gonna bow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bow, so sure.
All right, so
So you use it as a bludgeoning weapon?
I'll
Just like
declare
whack somebody with it?
exactly.
So you
I
speak
mean-
swift death to my enemies and can roll with advantage. So roll 2d20s and take the higher.
I don't have to, but I can
So
roll this one
roll
twice.
and then re-roll.
You may have
Or
another
if you would like a
like.
second set of dice,
14.
I have go so many. Thank you. man.
14.
All right, so 14 plus what is your to hit with the open? So it's your proficiency plus your dex modifier plus if it has a modifier on the.
Proficient, and then
I don't remember if the oath
I'm not
is
saying
or
it. Pass
something
this
like
one, please.
You want to. You should have it in
Oh,
your.
yeah, actually, it should be
The
on.
weapon
So
should
go
be
to
on.
actions. With D&D
Yeah, I don't
Beyond,
know
if you
what
click
it
on the little thing in the bottom right-hand corner, click on 3 dots and go to actions. Thank you, D&D Beyond. I love you dearly. Someday, I wish I could love you as much as Sam Riegel loves you.
Well, Sam Riegel gets paid to love them.
I would like to get paid to love them.
Yes.
Okay.
I acknowledge that would make me a D&D whore, but I
This
don't
one,
care.
if you do, it'll be much faster.
Doesn't
So-
list any cluster.
The little dots at the bottom go to what other things you can do, and you can go to actions. And motherfucker, we forgot to actually link to info. I'm sorry.
Is it a +1 or a +2?
I don't remember. That's why I was
Okay.
using
Plus
this.
What's your
27.
dexterity skill?
Oh, it is not. So it is just. It doesn't add an additional plus. It just gives you advantage on your sworn enemy.
Yeah,
Oh.
So it's a +6 to hit with a 1d8 +1 damage. Or if you look on that screen, it shows you all your action attacks.
How's it a six?
It does hit because it's her dex +1 plus proficiency. I don't know. Fuck if I know. It has it on there. I just saw that it said +6. So 14 plus 6 to 20 does hit. Roll
Okay.
your damage, so a d8 plus whatever it says on there.
And then 3d6 extra piercing damage.
Roll.
8.
Did you say plus 3d6 extra
Plus
piercing damage?
3d6
Oh, because on the
extra
sworn
piercing
enemy.
damage. Yes.
But yeah, so roll 3d6 also. Or 3d6. if
It
you like
also,
to do it in
um,
school.
She
Ignores
would like
cover
three.
other than total cover, and you don't suffer disadvantage due to range.
That's not right. 1, 3, 4.
You
So,
sink that arrow in, and he drops dead.
Thank you.
He did not last very long as your sworn
did not.
enemy.
No,
Would
no.
you please hand me back the ones with kind of fork? No,
This guy here?
nope, that one. You guys don't know what's happening with the other ones because you can't see them. And Harmony, it is your turn.
Did I notice they were there before they were engulfed in hentai darkness?
I mean, you knew that attacks came from that direction.
Could I summon a spiritual weapon there at disadvantage to hit them?
Yes.
Okay. Dylan, would you put a dice near the fallen dude that will try to hit him at
Doesn't
disadvantage?
say anything
Yeah.
about causing.
That's my weapon.
anything.
They're surrounded with black tendrils. It's hard to see. And it's also dark. And they were very stealthy.
I miss.
Are you doing anything with your action?
I take the defensive stance or
Excellent.
whatever. Hunker down behind my shield.
Dillion, can I please have you roll a Constitution saving throw?
D6 or D.
A
D20.
D20 plus your con saving throw modifier. If you click on the 9 dots on D&D Beyond and then go to abilities and saves,
Oh my
so
god.
saves.
I'm going to continue using my sheet of paper.
So
that is
the number on the dice
the
plus
Constitution.
your Constitution saving throw.
6.
6. You are poisoned.
Okay. Do I get a circle for that?
I don't actually know what poison does.
If they fail by
Disadvantage.
Where are your condition cards?
What's the DC? 15. What is your roll?
6?
6.
You fall unconscious.
Okay.
Because it's drought. Right?
Oh. Well,
If you fail by more than 5, you fall unconscious.
Unless it's magical sleep, then you're an elf. So you say screw that.
oh, yeah. No, yep, that. It's not magical sleep. Yeah, you fall unconscious. I forgot to read.
Sorry, I reached you. Yeah, you just drop. You
With
just
all
drop.
this
Do
elf on
I
elf
just-
crime.
do I just
Yes,
put
so you are
Yeah.
currently unconscious,
my-
but
I'm just gonna put myself up.
you have
Right
only taken 5 damage.
okay.
You're just asleep
Okay.
and poisoned,
Got it.
which. Conditions.
Does removing the poison awaken her?
You have to use an action to wake them up. Because they're asleep.
Yeah, give him a good shake.
Just leave me. I'll wake up when the battle's over.
So I can run over, kick her in the shin.
If
And
you
then
use an
remove
action
the
to wake her up,
poison.
yes. Use an action to wake them back up. And then they are immune to the poison for 24 hours.
Really? That's
Yes.
a fun thing.
If you succeed
Oh.
or if you wake back up, you're immune to it for 24 hours.
All right.
You have to do whatever you want.
You're not magically immune to a poison because you've succeeded on it. But you're also asleep, so I don't care about you. And here, that's gonna make it. He doesn't really like what's going on. All of you, excluding our sleeping beauty, hear screams as apparently bolts sink into the civilians between the wagons. And Victor, it's your turn.
They
Well,
weren't
if there's
smart
no
enough to hide
survivors, we might
between.
actually get some parts.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
We'll get paid more too for taking all the money.
So from my vantage point, can I see if those guys are still standing or anything? Dark vision?
Roll perception.
I mean, it's your spell. You can just let it drop whenever you want to look into it without any issues.
Does it just
You
hold
do
them,
know
or
it
are they
has already
taking
been there.
damage?
Oh, sorry. Please roll the 3d8 damage. No, sorry, 3d6.
Mm, 13.
All right, and now that it is your turn, if you would like, you can try to perceive what's happening.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my bonus action to have a little Tweety Bird over and wake up.
If only we had a bird miniature.
Be careful with that bird
So-
miniature. He fails at being a bird.
Yeah.
Yes, on multiple occasions.
Use the flyby thing to move, use the action waking up.
Yeah. The bird is going to wake her up, but that is its action.
With the flyby, you can do it in the middle of.
Pecks you in the
That
head
is
and
the
says,
range
"Give a
that it
hoot."
can reach because it's been flying around above here, so it is its full move to get to her and wake her up.
All right.
But I mean, it's just that it's right there. And if you roll a perception check for me,
15, 16, 17.
you'd like to hand me the 2 drow that were there. They have died. But because it was hard to see into that area, you didn't know they were dead until you kind of had a chance to look.
So is this part of the forest on fire, or just because, like, at least in
It's smoldering a little bit. It's not actively on fire. This is a very lush forest. It's green. It's not going to just suddenly go up in flames.
Not even with 30 points of
so
damage
is that-
to every
does that
tree.
check take an action to look down at them, or
No,
is that
you were just kind of glancing down. It was
I guess I'll actually spend some time looking around, seeing what I can see. With
all right. Since you already took a quick glance, give me a perception check with advantage, because you kind of know what's going on. You've seen where your spell is. You're
4 or 6. Well, yeah, 6, 9. I'm dead.
you hear the screams of the people in the wagon as they're getting shot.
Okay, well, actually, with that, I use a move action to go. I guess I'll go down to the ground and
Okay.
I'm gonna try and step on that one. Come down.
All right. It is Strix's turn.
I polymorph myself into a giant owl, fly 60 feet up in the air. And then I will use my 120 dark vision to try to perceive what's going on.
You have
See
another
what's
owl? Oh, wait. I have something that's close enough to an owl that I'll
I'm a giant owl.
Owl bear.
I have a griffin over there if you want it.
So a giant owl is like the size of a person or something?
It's 10 by 10.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Dang, man.
giant owl.
So that's more like a gigantic owl.
Giganimous.
Ginormous. You can carry people around.
Because fuck logic. You had your choice of what minion to use for the giant owl.
And that looks fine. That's a little less ridiculous. So
What's the other one?
I'm a gargoyle.
so I go
That one's way better.
I go
We fought
I
that
might
before.
buy my polymorph myself just so I can use that.
I go up, and then I have 120 foot dark vision. I'm just trying
And
to see.
advantage on perception checks.
Yep.
Now.
So I already rolled 16 on the perception. What do I see?
So, out of the corner of your eye, barely beating its stealth, you see. Yes, I acknowledge I'm using the same miniature item here. You see. Wow. Over between these two trees.
Okay. Well, I assume my action, movement, and look. That's it. So I'm
Yep.
up in the air. I know where they're at, but
All right, and it is Truco. Give me a perception check.
18. Wait. Probably
Please put this guy. You are also reasonably certain that that is the person that has been shooting the people in the wagons.
Gotcha.
That motherfucker.
That's it? I don't see anyone else over there?
You do not?
All right. Well, if you're going to polymorph yourself, I'm going to try and polymorph now.
And actually, you saw a second one that was basically on the other side of the tree, right there. If that works. And what are you?
by the way, who was this? I just saw it. This
What
was
is
all. This was
It's
all.
the healing
Oh, the
potion
healing
that I
potion
was-
she
my
had when
dead
she
character
died.
had.
Kara
So who was this?
Oh,
Give it to
you
our
are
wizard. He
weak
can't heal himself.
Yeah.
because the familiar will.
And he got shot a couple times.
Okay, is this staying here with me?
Yes, it is staying there with you because it is on the ground as it was using its action with you.
Give her no.
All right, so polymorph makes a what? Charisma saving throw.
This is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw it is. I 100% didn't actually know. I just said so, so that I sounded smart.
Words.
Charisma is the least used
Is there a
saving throw in
talent
the
idea
game.
that makes all wisdom saving throws and the charisma saving throws? It's on the board.
Your your DC, the difficulty doesn't matter what saving throw it is. It's 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, it's probably huge for you anyway.
And yeah, he resisted. So you try to polymorph him. You move your fingers, you weave, you grab your little fluff of how many? I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what the components are.
Caterpillar cocoon.
A caterpillar cocoon, and you cast it at him, and you feel nothing happen, and you are now visible.
Yep.
You've cast the spell, so could someone please remove that blue circle?
Yep, it would have been better for him if he had just let it happen.
All right, and it is Anelion's turn. Unless you have a bonus action, would you like to inspire anybody as a bard? You can use your bonus action to give somebody at this level a D8 inspiration die, I believe. Does it
Possibly
add to
D10
an
if you sing
attack,
a
an
good
ability
song.
check, or a saving throw? while you're thinking about that, we'll hold your bonus action for a moment. If you'd like to go, Dylan.
I have a question. Will I have to roll an insight check to when I woke up? There's a huge ass owl right beside me to know if it's not the enemy.
The owl next to you
Has been hanging around.
is a small, normal-sized owl. Up in the sky, you see a very large owl.
Yeah, no. I want to know if I view that as
You
an enemy or
recognize
not. Would I
Nature
recognize it? Okay.
Roll nature or arcana, whichever is higher.
Let's see which one's higher. Because that's the closest thing to me, honestly, that I can see, that I would think as a threat. Arcana and nature was 4. I mean, it was the first thing I thought that looked enemy-like.
And you're looking up, right?
And
You're on the ground.
I was on the ground. Yeah, it's a 14.
14 on the die or 14 total?
14 total.
You know giant owls don't live in this general area, and you know that you've been with a wizard, you think the wizard might have been fucking with some shit magic-wise, but you're not really sure.
Not giant. It's just a regular owl.
What?
It's just a regular owl.
Dylan's character is a
He's-
giant owl.
Yeah, no.
No. I'm
The
talking about
Oh,
this one.
that-
This one
oh,
that
okay,
looks
so that
like
was
an
the-
actual enemy.
As far as
Okay,
she's
giant
aware,
I'm
she's been hanging out with a
The big
wizard that she
gargoyle.
knows does some stuff, and I mean, you know, giant owls are not native to this area. That is as much as you know.
I'm just saying, I'm real tempted.
No, I get it. It's cool.
You get shot in the butt and fall from the sky.
Yeah. I mean, the owls
Do you
do not
have a
much HP.
backup character?
Sadly, yes.
Goddamn, I love you. 5.
You don't really play that
I was
character,
waiting
though.
for him to bust out like a file folder and just like flip through and go,
Oh.
who do I want to play
The
this?
backup is Archon the Cruel, and you don't want to play that.
Oh.
All right. So, what would you like? Were you doing anything with your bonus action? Did you want to inspire anybody?
Nope.
Okay.
Do I notice these people? Is this the only thing I notice?
Roll a perception with disadvantage because you are poisoned.
Okay. 10. Wait, my perception bonus is 14.
You notice the 2 drow that are in the trees close to you.
Oh, I do know that I have been fighting drow. So
you
I
are
will
aware.
I will consistently fight the drow and then deal with the owl if it is also comes on my radar. So if the owl presents a threatening problem, it will come to that, but I will deal with the drow first.
Okay.
That is how I will
So you
rationalize
have your
this.
action and bonus action, and half of your movement because half of it was standing.
I mean, I can hit them from here.
Mhm.
So I'm just
You can hit literally anything on this table, and I don't mean the grid. I mean, if you're willing to do disadvantage, you can hit anything that is within, to scale, 10 feet of you.
That's amazing.
That doesn't sound right. 8 feet.
8 feet.
10 feet? 10 feet.
10 feet.
We talked about this. Mathematics.
It's bigger than the table
Yes, but 1 foot.
because
Oh, yeah.
Maru can stand on one corner and hit things in the other corner.
Alright, I'll do the d20 and see if I hit. And then am I still disadvantaged because of poison?
No. So, because you have the other, you do roll at advantage. So roll 2 die20s and take the higher.
19. I don't think I'm going to get higher than that.
It's a crit.
19. Okay.
19 plus
Plus
6.
6.
Success.
So it hits. Roll your d8 plus whatever the damage modifier on the other is. And since it is your sworn enemy, the extra 3d6
7 plus 1 is 8.
plus the 3d6 for your sworn enemy.
You really don't.
I super hate him.
Everyone she shoots at is her sworn enemy.
7.
7 and 7 was total. So 7
7
plus
total.
No, 7 plus the 6 earlier.
Oh yeah,
Should be
and
13.
well, the one I rolled earlier was 8 So I rolled 8 and then 7.
15 total. You sink an arrow in and he drops.
Oh.
You have your second attack because as a ranger at that level, you have 2 attacks per attack each, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody's
So-
got 2x5.
I have a lot of sworn enemies.
You have lizards.
I feel like I'm just an angry person all the time. And also when I
So
get
you
back to
have
town,
a second
I
attack.
know what's happening to the shivering fabric store.
You have a second attack, and you are aware of one other enemy on the field.
Okay, hey, let's do this.
Are you declaring him your sworn enemy?
Oh, definitely. We are
Very well.
definitely.
Speak the words.
He is my sworn enemy.
Close enough.
I don't remember what it is.
Salute.
I don't remember
Swift
what it is.
death to my enemies.
Ah, swift death to my enemies. 18.
18 total.
18 total of the
All right.
of
Go
the.
ahead and roll damage because you ignore cover with the other. So it's the D8 plus 3D6
That's not
plus
right. And then plus the 6.
plus the 3D6 because that's your sworn enemy.
2,
That's pretty good.
6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16.
He does.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. And it is Harmony's turn.
I guess I look for people.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check.
My one fucking eyeball. I don't see shit.
You are correct. Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna move this way because everybody's fucking over there.
I want to join the crowd.
That's it.
You have a sphere of darkness appear around you.
Cutting words.
It's not attacking you with anything. Just darkness appears around you, and you hear the sounds of that drow sprinting
Away?
away.
What a little bitch. Time to chase after him.
All right. So if somebody can move him off the map,
Which way? Oh,
doesn't matter. He's just off. You guys don't know where he is. And Victor, it's your turn. You don't see anything hostile near you.
We must be good to go.
Nobody said, "Oh, hey, there was one over here," at all.
Not yet.
You heard a bard yell some stuff at something. Turn into a fucking bunny! Shit!
Yes. I will go 60 feet up and
All right, give me a perception check with advantage for the out.
Ooh. 6 and 5. Ooh, I'm just getting crap. But
I mean, the owl sees some of the dead bodies that are hanging around. That's about it.
Free me up.
So, is Lord Black Tentacles just a spellable? Or do I
You
have to
can
take it?
choose to drop concentration as a free action, and then it goes away.
I guess I'll do that. And
When you glance over after dropping concentration, you kind of notice that the bodies are more mangled than they were initially. Almost like the tentacles have been slowly ripping them to pieces.
at least it's just
Spiritual
weapon.
weapon's been pounding them into the ground.
Actually, your spiritual weapon did hit.
Right.
Even if it doesn't hit.
I guess.
It was hitting a prone body.
Hmm.
With no activation.
Just gonna go over here and looking in that direction. I don't really look that way.
All right.
And see if there's
Should we
anybody
go?
over there.
Sorry, strips. Yes, we can roll a bit regular perception.
13.
13, you don't see shit.
So, 60 feet up, 120 foot dark vision, 60 foot movement, and advantage on perception checks. Can I reasonably follow that crowd?
First, you have to notice that background exists. Perception
Okay.
checks with advantage because you are an owl and they have advantage on perception checks.
Oh shit! No.
You roll 2 now.
I rolled a nat 1 and a 4.
And I
So-
believe it almost +4 perception.
Yeah.
But he's got giant eyes now.
So no, I have no idea he's going.
You see that all of the enemies that were in the trees that you noticed are dead.
So then, I will just start in general making big loops around the top of the campsite, just like
Exciting.
I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything, but I'm looking.
All right, and Truco, on you.
I'm going to go back towards the caravan.
All right, so after you walk about 5 feet, there's light again. You have walked out of this dome of darkness.
And I just want to make, like, I guess start tending to the people that got shot.
Okay, give me a medicine check. 15. There's one guy down on the ground. You stabilize him. You're pretty sure you just saved this fucker's life. You're like,
Yeah,
goddamn fucking Teamsters. All right.
Now has a new
Million?
song in his repertoire.
I mean, I guess I'd look around, see if I notice anyone else. I mean, I feel like that's what anyone would
Give
do
me a
after a
perception
battle
check.
It's not after the battle yet that we know of.
that we know of. 10 plus 1, or 4, which is 14.
You don't notice anything.
Okay. Oh, also,
I mean, you
I
notice the dead people.
and I suspiciously look up at the owl. I just want to check out the owl.
Doing big loops.
Just want to make
Yeah, the owl is not doing anything hostile.
Okay, just check it. Just
I'm just looking around.
okay. Just
Well,
like
I mean-
I got my eye on you.
If anything, I'm not looking at the camp. I'm looking everywhere else.
Okay.
Then my
that's
minus
fine.
1 is 15. I don't see them either.
You don't notice anything. Are you telling people that somebody was running away?
Yeah. There was a guy that way.
Does anybody?
He's
so-
trying to kill our Teamsters.
Does anybody want to try and pursue? Yeah,
That giant owl can grab me. He can just fly me over there, and I'll take him. I'll take him out.
I'll go look. I'm not going to take anybody with me. I just want to make sure the fight's over. That's fine. That's
Give
fine.
me one more perception check.
At advantage still?
Yep. You still have keen sight.
So, 14.
14. It looks like he's gone.
Hang on.
I'll come back, land, and just kind of like revert back to stinky tiefling and be like, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of bed down for the rest of the evening.
How's the caravan looking?
It's real fun. Honestly, most of the caravan is pretty intact. There's just there's one dead teamster, and that's it. And there are also 5 drow bodies in the trees.
We're
along
gonna
the
have
side.
to collect those. You realize?
Can I attempt to revivify the dead teamster?
You certainly can. You have 100 gold pieces worth of diamond.
I don't. I'm a poor piece of shit. But somebody else might.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know.
Okay. I will just
I
say.
mean, the thing is, I
will
don't
say out loud.
I don't know you.
If somebody has 100 gold,
Hey, that's on the
Diamond.
That's on the caravan. Master.
I'm just gonna tell. Okay. All right. Oh shit. 20.
Wow.
Maybe we
So-
give him
Yeah.
2 diamonds.
No, I mean that's
Each of the 5 caravan leaders looking angry. I'm sorry, 4 of the 5 each pull out a 25 gold piece diamond, and 4 of the 5 slap a diamond in their hands and fucking teamsters, and they just stomp off back to them.
Okay, and I will just break up 5.
All right, give me a wisdom check. DC is 10 to see if you can
Sure.
successfully pull
Yeah.
a soul back into his body.
Oh. 7.
He starts to animate, Says, "Care for my family."
And just fades back out.
Yeah.
Now they're even more mad.
My tail starts doing this all over the ground.
They're not with us. They
and
hired
they're
him
just like-
separately. That's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with us.
No, I'm just saying they all.
I-
Rich people just gave up some diamonds for this to not work.
Yeah.
They're
Oh.
not happy with
is-
Dylan's character.
All 5 of the merchants do look very unhappy with him,
Yeah.
but they are continuing on.
As
They're
they
kind of getting themselves together. They all then curl up into one wagon, and you do see that one of them does what you are familiar with silver wire around the wagon, casting alarm on it, and all 5 merchants sleep in the same wagon. Teamsters kind of just curl up underneath various wagons sleeping. And then there's whatever the 5 of you would like to do.
We gotta go chop up some heads.
Yeah, we gotta chop up.
Oh, we gotta
heads.
loot bodies first.
I thought we were gonna set a wagon on fire.
All right, so you're looting bodies. Give me an investigation roll as you loot these bodies. Is anybody helping him?
Yeah.
Sure. So you can either both roll or
22.
one of you gets advantage.
22.
Okay.
See if we can keep eating.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. 23. That's a 19, not an
You find
22.
5 small hand crossbows, 10 vials of poison, and 5 short swords, and 18 gold between all of them.
They're poor.
Yeah, boy. That's why they're trying to loot the caravan.
Thought they were just assholes.
10 vials of poison. Is there any chance you poison yourself in doing stuff? Because like in previous editions, there was.
There used to be, there is not now. The edition said, I'm tired of having to figure out 20 different checks to do something, and simplify the rule.
The poisons are all in vials that are sealed.
Yup.
Hey, if we each drink one
Basically,
and fall asleep, then when we wake up, we'll be immune to it. for 24 hours.
D&D 5e was like OSHA exists. And my jokes make me laugh, and that's all that I care about. All right, so the sun breaks. The caravan owners are very happy with you. Iho, that you had negotiated with initially, says, you know what? You guys are fucking worth it a gold a day. Because Iho would have been dead.
You could still be dead. No.
That's great for me. All I did was turn invisible and walk around a little bit.
I just kind of walked around too.
And they plan to continue due west. Is there anything that the rest of you would like to do?
How many hit points do you get from the long rest?
Long rest, you regain all hit points and all expended spell slots and up to half of your hit dice.
The any of the caravan masters, do they want to buy my crossbows and vials of poison and that stuff that I picked up from bodies?
Did we freeze the heads?
Roll persuasion.
Are we doing party loot, or are we really just letting him wander around to each body and pick it all out?
What did you roll on your investigation?
22.
22. You saw him pick all of it up, so you're aware that he has it, but he also got the bodies first.
I mean, I'm going to split the gold up. I mean, what do we want? Anyone want vials of poison or crappy crossbows?
All right,
I'm
and
They're
give me a
crappy short
persuasion
swords.
check.
$14.
Can I help?
Everybody come in and go, yeah, buy it.
I am proficient in persuasion.
I will let you help, but you are rolling a separate persuasion check to try and convince the merchant.
And these guys love me. I cured his hangover.
19.
I'm
Yeah, but
inspiring him every
Eco
night.
doesn't give a shit about poison. So the one
You
that
can either buy it or it can go in your food.
Oh my gosh!
the one that you recognize as having been
There's got to be some shady individuals in this caravan.
The one that you recognize as having been dead.
Yeah,
The
us.
other merchant that was staying at the whorehouse with you.
With me?
Sorry, that was staying at the
At the
whorehouse
same-
that you guys all walked into.
More than
Says,
refused to serve us.
Fuck it, I'll give you 10 gold pieces for each vial.
Each vial? So 100 gold pieces.
That's 50. Fuck kind of math do you do?
You said 10 vials of poison. And you just said 10 gold per vial of poison. That's 100.
He is resolute in his that the math does 50.
Well, I got a 19 on my persuasion. Fuck that guy.
I'm 29 on this cold bullshit.
I'll give him 5 of them for 50.
Sleight of hand.
I'm going to keep the other 5 myself.
Give me 30 gold for 5 gold.
Done.
Alright, add 30 gold to your inventory.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 30 divided by 4.
7.5.
So everyone had 10 gold because we'll also split up the gold from the bodies. So we all get 10 extra gold.
Alright, and you were just continuing.
Am I part of
What
that?
about the crossbows? No, you're not part of our party. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. Like, am I part of that?
Just fucking showed up.
So nobody expresses interest
What
in
about the
hand
crossbows?
crossbows or in the short swords.
I've got
Oh,
crossbow.
I mean, one of the guards looks at you and he's like, I mean, I'll give you a gold piece because the short sword looks a little bit better
How
than
about we
mine.
slap them in that nice, beautiful bag of holding you got?
Am I carrying the bag? Okay,
Well,
yeah.
you were the one who said you wanted it. so
I did want it. I wanted it very badly. I didn't know if I got to carry
we
it.
can try
Okay,
to sell
yeah,
that
no,
stuff when we
definitely.
go back to town.
I'll put the stuff in the bag of holding.
You were
That is
gonna
mine,
murder-
and I carry it.
You were gonna murder some sickly old dragonborn that sells quilts.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely. 1,000%.
you can have the bag.
I will go back and
Can I
murder
roll
that
a
sickly
nature?
dragonborn.
Or maybe it's Arcana check.
What are you trying
The
to figure out?
vials. I want to figure out what the vials, like what exactly the vials of poison are.
Roll nature.
I'm gonna hurt myself.
We gotta do a history
6.
for
They are poison.
drought history.
They're poison.
The purple.
Are you a full elf?
What's that?
Are you a full elf?
No.
Are you proficient in history?
No.
Then no. Okay. Those are the only 2 ways you have information about drow.
Am I? Do I have history proficiency?
You weren't the one who asked the question.
Well,
No,
you're
that's true.
four.
All right,
She
so
may
you
have overheard.
continue on with your day of escorting this caravan. Is there anything you're doing as you continue hiking westward?
Yes. I'll talk to my compatriots about how we could probably use another team member. And I'm using my prestidigitation through the day to make somebody smell better.
You can clean up 1 cubic foot of fabric.
Casting it
Throughout the-
repeatedly.
Throughout the day, I'm like, what the fuck?
Slowly getting cleaner.
I think bits of
Lies start to disperse.
All right,
I take
as
bits
you
of his
converse
first
during
jerky
this
and
day,
something like-
excuse me, I need to go take care of some business. Well, if we would like to take a short break, we certainly can.
Mark's got to do his taxes.
Actually, I got to go see a man about a horse for sure. Thanks. The paperwork.